See that pause for effect? Can't get into a lot of foolishness, though, because it's late. And, oh, my God, what a day. Woo! First, the topic at hand, though, the 49ers projected to have a 10.5 wins floor in 2021. And I say that's weak. No, it will be much better than that. But Niners are quietly under the pressure to win games in 2021. It's quiet, very quiet as it is kept. The Niners cannot win less than 11 games this year, or there's going to be trouble. I'm not. There's no reports. I'm not quoting anybody or anything. I just have that feeling that winning this year is such a huge must. And while Jimmy Garoppolo at this hour is being eliminated from any future plans, the truth may be that Jimmy G may not be the only guy changing residence next season if the Niners don't have a productive winning season. One solid year out of 5 may force some unfavorable decisions. Again, I'm just thinking out loud and telling you what my thoughts are on this that could extend from the top down. The Niners, for a third year in a row, have a very stout lineup to start the season. Question is, will it be enough to finally get the job done? Now, it was enough last year to get the job done. And looking at the roster this year, it for sure as hell is enough to get the job done. But tonight we'll go to the phones for your reasoning regarding how many games the Niners will win up above 10 or doomed to lose in this 2021 season. Now, I know everybody heard about it. It was shocking news. Richard Sherman's wife on the phone with the 911 operator saying, and it took her a while to say it, it took her a while to say who she was talking about, who she was. She was really a basket case on that phone. She's telling 911 about Rich going completely nuts. Seattle Tacoma radio station KIRO FM obtained and aired audio from the 911 call placed by Ashley Moss, the wife of Richard Sherman, and the details emerging from it, freaking shocking. Per Redmond Police Chief Darrell Lowe, he is quoted, Sherman was arrested on Wednesday morning for burglary domestic violence. When you first read that, you think, why is Sherman breaking into people's houses, right? And violence? What, do you want to go in and shoot and beat people or what? Headline had nothing to, well, slightly. The domestic violence designation, as Police Chief Darrell Lowe continues, although the domestic violence designation has to do with the relationship between Sherman and the owners of the residence, who are, in fact, Rich's in-laws. Sherman had allegedly crashed his vehicle about an hour before arriving at the residence. There's a suspicion of DUI, which is pretty clearly stated on the phone call. If you've checked that out yet, the wife and I don't know who the in-law was, but they said Rich was totally drunk, which is confirmed on the audio. Rich physically resisted police, forcing the authorities to deploy a canine dog. It got crazy down there, fam. Crazy in the streets of Seattle. Sherman has sustained a minor laceration to his lower leg and ankle before finally being apprehended. Ashley said, I need officers to my house now. Moss, she told the operator, my husband is drunk and threatened to kill himself. She indicated no weapons were involved in the incident before exclaiming, I need officers now. Thank God she did that because nowadays police freak out and they start shooting. So good on her. She goes on to say he's been aggressive. He has sent text messages. She continues, he says he's trying to leave now. If you listen to the phone call, Rich is actually talking to her, and she's telling him where the keys are. He's wrestling with my uncle. He's threatening to kill himself. He sent 2 text messages to people saying he's going to hang himself. Wifey goes on to add that, and he's saying that if the police show up, please don't shoot, is what I'm asking. He said that if the police show up, that he'll try to fight them. Obviously, fearing for his safety, you can hear the wife yelling to Sherman to please stop several loud times as he tried to leave the residence in his car. She said that Sherman had been drinking vodka and a bottle of Hennessy that evening. He's intoxicated. A voice later said in the background, I guess that was the uncle. Sherman drove off in a 2016 black Mercedes. He was totally out of his mind, I guess, at that point. We're lucky Sherman, wow, Sherman. You know what? And if you speculate on that, you figure that doesn't sound like a player that was being signed by any club, does it? Because Sherman's mind and focus would probably be on that. Do you get the feeling that Sherman did not get any offers that he was satisfied with? And that the writing on the wall finally got to him that maybe your career might have came to an end? And then he goes off onto this deep end? Oh, scary, right? I feel sorry for Sherman. Think about that for a minute, right? The guy that most of us hated beyond definition. The word hated didn't mean anything for how we felt about Richard Sherman. And now my sympathies go out to him and his family. That's his children, the wife that was frantic on the phone. That's really a bad state of affairs. Who's seen that coming? Man. Anyway, family, 2021 season brings some huge expectations for the Niners, as you know, and of all expectations that surround the team, the one that they have to meet is having a winning season. That's just, there's no discussing if, ands, what's about. That's the only thing that's acceptable. Another losing season will not be acceptable. Finishing 6-10 last year was a joke that nobody laughed at in the Niner Empire. And though despite that losing record, it took half of their team to get injured for it to happen. And this upcoming season, the Niners must rewrite that wrong and show they truly are a winning team, period. But it is not about getting to 9 wins to achieve it. 9 wins, somebody's go, boy. They must win double-digit games and be in the playoffs. That's all there is. They've got to do it. The only reason it will be tough for them is because of the division they play in and because of self-inflicted wounds. That is why DraftKings Sportbook has set the over-under number at 10.5 wins for the good guys in red and gold. So will the Niners have an over-under of 10.5 wins in 2021? As De Niro said in the movie Taxi, talking to me? You talking to me? Hell yes! Oh, yeah! Easily over 10.5 wins. It's extremely difficult to see the Niners not win 10 or 11. The floor for them in wins is 10 in this 2021 season, which would be a 10-7 record. It's unacceptable. Not a good record anymore because of that extra loss, but that is the floor for them. And we're going 17 games this year. 10-7 is every bit as bad as 9-7. It's the same record. If the QB position is not a concern this season, then there's no reason for them to not to rip off 12 or 13 wins. Even if envisioning over 10.5 wins is tough, whether it is because of a potential drop-off in defense with a defensive coordinator, or the offensive line suddenly becoming shaky, we know both right now are rock solid. Now, if they can stay that way for the majority of the season, why would the 49ers lose more than – no. None of these things, no, they have to. The Niners have to get over that 10.5 number to clinch the division anyway and set themselves up with a great playoff seeding position. Plus, Coach Shanahan has only one winning season with the Niners. Designating blame, do whatever, it doesn't matter. That's all it says. You haven't won but one time the entire time you're here. Another dominant winning season, though, could help clean up the record. Is something to be surely has to happen, right? You know what's really funny, though? The 49ers went to the Super Bowl in one good year. If they go to the Super Bowl again this year and win it, everything's all forgiven. Just like that. So that's why I said this year it's Super Bowl or bust. That fam, are you taking over or under 10.5 wins for the Niners? Explain your position on it. And, of course, anything you would like to talk about regarding the Richard Sherman crisis, you're welcome to do so as well as we go to the phones. William Roberts, Ayuk, Debo, and Kittle will big numbers this season, and the run game. 49ers Ultimate Report. Shout out to Ronbo Sports. 49ers. Thanks, fam. I didn't see that. I get embarrassed when people talk like that. But thanks. I really do appreciate it, though. Thank you. Danny Albright, Robert, let's go. Prayers to Richard Sherman. Ray Jr. has got us at 13-4, which makes so much more sense. With this unit, with our schedule, things shouldn't get real difficult until we get to Tennessee in the playoffs. Everybody else, including the Rams and the Hawks, the cards still do concern me. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, God. Anyway, hey, let me put on my ears. It's getting late. See what's going on with you. Sure, man. I'm going to give us an update on that point. James! Come on in, James.
Ronbo.
James. It's been a hell of a day. James. Tell you.
Yeah, one of them days, ain't it? I'm telling you.
The human psyche is a very delicate thing. Go ahead.
There's an old saying, Ronbo. Never be disguised at what you're already seeing. Let me pick back up on what I just said. Thank you once again for having me. Shout out to you and your production. And wasn't it recently? I don't know if it was with us or whether when he played with Seattle. Wasn't there an episode where Sherman had tested positive for PEDs or something like that? That Adderall thing, I think it was, that he said he claimed that's all it was and this and that.
Now that you mention it,
I don't know exactly.
I had forgotten about that.
Yeah,
It's a long time ago, huh? I remember that.
Yeah. I think it might have been with us, actually, in 2018, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's somewhere in his career. I can find out. I didn't have an answer for it, but... And they kept calling him in for testing.
Listen, you're right. I remember that, James. They kept calling him in for testing.
Right.
He kept wondering why they keep calling me in here every week. You're right. I forgot all about that.
He got very upset about them testing him so much, and he claimed it was a mistake. But, I mean, he just went off the deep end last night. Maybe it has a lot to do with he's at the end of his road with his career. And what I don't understand is I don't understand where the domestic violence came in at, because if him and his wife were together, why would he have to, burglarize a family member's house?
James, let me, James, I got a report on that. I read, I was wondering the same thing. The wife actually's come forth and said, we are very much still married with our 2 kids. That was an uncle that was over at the house and must have gotten Rich's face trying to stop him. And him and the uncle got into it because she had finally admitted to the 911 operator, because the operator kept asking, was there any altercation? We don't just do was going to fight. We want to know. Yeah, and she's fighting. Yes, they were fighting. So Sherman and uncle were going at it. I don't know how serious that got, but they're still married.
I know this much. This is why, these guys come into the NFL. They play for lengthy careers. They spend money, because they've got generational wealth, and sometimes they just don't watch it, like what they're spending. And it's sad to see that a player, not only was he just a player, but he's the player union
NFLPA
vice president or something like that.
That's right.
So pretty much, if he would have walked a fine line, and even though he may have not been signed with a team, he would have been able to get a job somewhere in an NFL front office.
He'd be in an NFL booth.
He would have had.
James, he'd have been in any booth in NFL and doing broadcasts.
That's what I'm talking about. And not only that, he would have been somewhere in the league he was already the vice president. He pretty much, even though his career ended on the field, he still would have had an involvement in the NFL. And that's the most heartbreaking part to me. And of all the people, Richard Sherman, hear him going, sounding like he done got deranged. And I'm going to tell you something. Me, myself, I think it's more than just alcohol that was in his blood, man. It's going to come out. It's going to, because they took blood when they took him to the hospital. I think it's more than just two different types of alcohol, okay? But I don't know. But, I mean, you know, I was listening to you talk about that 911 call, and, man, it was like, is this for real what I'm hearing?
Yes.
You know? And it's just, like I said, man, it just goes to show, you know, and I'm hoping everybody that's on this show that may be listening, take this not only as a grain of salt, as laughter, what happened to Richard Sherman and a bunch of disgustingness, but pay attention to your lives each and every day, all of us, man. Because, I mean, this guy can be able to make bail. I don't know if everybody on here can do that without having to. You may be able to, but is it worth ruining your life for? Because this guy had a good career ahead of him, and now that's water under the bridge, because the domestic violence is one thing that I think the wife will say, oh, nothing happened and it was just a mistake and this and that. But that burglary situation, and then that hit and run, driving a vehicle, and then the resisting arrest to a certain degree with a police officer.
And then they had to bring a dog in.
Those are things that the league is going to want to distance itself from him, man.
Absolutely. Sherman just screwed up his entire future with that move. God.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, this guy, of all the people, this just wasn't a 7th round draft pick that was playing special teams. You know, and even a 7th round draft pick, it wouldn't be good to hear that they would have, you know, made these kind of mistakes all of a sudden in one night. And and truth be told, you would expect to see these things from like a rookie or a second-year player that's still 22, 23 years old, somewhere in that age range, still a kid, you know, maybe in their first home, away from their parents, out of school. Now they're in the NFL.
The conditions need to be different.
This guy has been in the league, man.
Forever.
You know,
and so responsible for so much. James, we're going to have to pull up, though.
Yeah, Ronbo.
Great
but
input.
Anyway, back to more pertaining business. I think we're going to at least win 13 games this season. I would say 13.
All right.
And our future is very bright. And thank God, be thankful to God, you all, that we did not sign Richard Sherman. Because he ain't on our team as of right now. He don't play for nobody.
Poor guy.
So it is what it is. I'm going to keep him in prayer and hope he gets himself together, because that hearing about wanting to take his life is extremely scary. Thank you for having me, Ronbo.
Always a pleasure, James.
Have a great night, and thank you for having me. And continue to watch the videos up on James Walker on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Yes,
have a great evening. Be blessed, man.
James Walker. James, I will do. All right, fam. Have a great night.
Thank you, man. Good night.
Appreciate you, James. Oh, God. And Big Show. Wait a minute. Let me see what it says first, because, you know, there's two big shows. No matter who's at quarterback, I have us with a winning record of 11-6. Oh, he said, there goes a real big show. Allen Robinson not extending with the Bears next year. Would you sign? So, man, the way Kyle was talking about signing people, apparently we could. So, you know, I would sign Allen Robinson right quick. We need effective, can get loose, experience wide receivers. I got a feeling, though, Show, our third guy may be Sanu. We're going to wait and see about that, but I got a feeling that's going to be the third guy. Unless Hurd can suddenly, I feel great. Steven.
Man, Ronbo, what we need is some experienced corners, because if Jason Verrett goes down, who do we have?
No, I don't
Nobody.
Know think about.
I mean, technically we have Ward, but you know,
he's
been playing free safety for a couple of years instead of corner.
I don't want him playing corner. Is there? What we'll see after the cuts and everything. There may be a corner waltzing around, because the 49ers going to leave space, because when they make those cuts, they always leave space to pick somebody up, normally. So if there's a corner running around worth a crap, maybe, but we do need somebody besides Dante Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. One thing I can say, though, Ronbo, is, you know, I'm gonna go in and predict the future, dig deep real quick. I'm going to go in and say Trey Sherman is our RB1.
Okay.
And
Right.
that's the way I see it. He's our RB1. Mostert's going to take a backseat only for clutch plays when we need him, because he's proven time and time again he cannot do it all on his own, even if he was our primary running back. Jerick McKinnon did. Coleman did. Hell, we were better off of Breida being our RB1. But Mostert just can't hang. Something with him.
I just wish Breida would have been able to last. We had 2 home run hitters, but Breida can't take that kind of punishment. He's not an RB1 either. You got to use him. You got to pace him. You got to pace Mostert too. You know what though? You got Sherman, which is probably a very. I mean, that's it's probably going to happen between him and Gallman Jr. is also a tough guy. So I wonder if Sherman looks awfully.
That running
sounds
back
awfully
room
good.
is tough, Ronbo. That running back room is tough. Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sherman,
Speed.
Mostert, Gallman, Hasty. And apparently Hasty, he's been looking good in practice. So it's like, who knows? But one thing I wanted to touch up on, I mean, we're all talking about the Richard Sherman thing. I was at my job on lunch, and I saw the news, and I was like, wait, what?
I know.
That's heartbreaking.
Everybody did.
That's heartbreaking. Because, we don't know what caused it. It might be early signs of CTE. Who knows?
I thought about that.
But because, according to the voice, the voice recording of his wife calling it in, he downed 2 bottles of vodka and a bottle of
Hennessy? Phew. Most
and
people.
he went on a rampage. Like,
Ooh. I mean, most people wouldn't even
it-
survive that. That's a lot of liquor.
That's a lot of liquor, Ronbo.
Man.
And I don't know if anyone's known this. I mean, Richard Sherman, he grew up in Compton, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything is possible when you down a whole bottle. Anything is possible. And, you throw that into mix with any kind of alcohol, you're going to have one bad night. Good or bad, it's going to end up bad, no matter what. And I feel bad for him. I feel for him. I feel for him and his family. It's just, whether it be CTE or the fact that he's coming to realize that, his career as an NFL player is coming to an end. Regardless of what, though, it shouldn't have gone out that way because, man, it looks bad no matter what career path he goes to because it's always going to be there,
That's the most damaging thing about this. Now, Sherm,
It is.
you've got that blemish on your record. The NFL is going to distance themselves. They're not going to put you in a booth anywhere. You're not going to be consulting or anything like that with the NFL. You shot yourself in the face.
It did. And you know what? It hurt more because I'll put it like this. When Antonio Brown went through all of that, nobody batted an eye. Nobody. Absolutely no one. But when Sherman, did this, everyone's like, what? Because he had his head on straight. He seemed to be that right guy, the Mr. Nice guy in the NFL. Talked a lot of smack on the field, really nice off the field.
But razor sharp individual who you would think have good judgments most of the time. Rich, you got a family. If for not the 2 children, what are they thinking? Oh, man.
It's sad, man. It breaks my heart because, I hated him when he was on the Seahawks. I'm pretty sure every 49er can say that.
We did.
But, you don't wish that kind of thing on someone because that's a personal death, man. And however it ends, I hope he's all right. I hope him and his family are all right because that's just, that whole thing is just sad from start to finish. But enough sad news. Let's look to the future of the 49ers. The silver lining, we didn't have to sign him. So that's a plus.
I don't know. I wonder if they ever were, actually. Probably not.
Yeah, so that's the one silver lining. I do see ourselves going 13-4. So, and that's only because, we overlook a lot of factors and we outplay ourselves. But outside that, we're pretty solid. Now, I do want to say, though, man, yeah, we do need wide receivers, but our defense, you know what, a lot of people got to step up, actually, this season, Ronbo. A lot of our coaching staff, Mike McDaniel, D'Amico Ryans, we're going to hold them to their word. We're going to hold their hands to the fire, just the way we do Kyle and John and Jay. We got to hold them to the fire and make sure, they're held accountable if we suck that year or not.
Yeah, and it's going to be how they engineer things going into the season. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, Stephen, we're going to run out of time. Great input, as usual. We'll see you Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. I will be here. Thank you, Ronbo.
Looking forward. Have a great night.
You too, man. Bye.
JJ's coming after me. Ronbo's showing off his pea shooters tonight. Oh, my God. Thanks, JJ. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Ronbo. What's up, man?
Kevin, well, you know what's so funny? Because I was all pumped up about talking about the 49ers record this year, the 10-5 floor and everything, and all of a sudden Sherman news comes blazing out. And I said, what? You know, even, the fact is, I guess we had some connection with him because you know what? If Sherman was in Seattle this whole time, we'd be hee-hee. But since he was with us, we learned to know him, we like him, and all of a sudden you hear about this terrible news of a guy that probably had a great future with the NFL coming up, even if he wasn't on the field, and Sherm goes berserk. Oh, Sherm. I really feel bad for him. But what are your feelings on this madness? And give us your 10-5, your feeling about that 10-5 over or under. But we do it within a time constraint. This is kind of subject matter you could go on for hours. So I'll call you. I'll let you know when we're out of time. But go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I've got a few things that I want to talk about. Just first of all, I want everybody to understand the seriousness of mental health. And,
yes.
You know, I don't know. We don't know if he has a mental illness. He hasn't been diagnosed to my understanding, but it very well may come out that he's had a long, over 10-year football career. He may have some sort of mental illness that, most NFL players develop after a long career. It's a very serious thing, and it shouldn't be taken lightly. I hope he and his family are okay. Ronbo, if he was drinking and driving, he could have ended his life, I mean,
Truly.
It's a very serious
or
thing.
somebody else's, which would have been dual impact.
Exactly. So that's number one. It's just a very serious thing, and it should not be, taken lightly. Number two, just thinking about this roster and looking at the schedule, I wouldn't be surprised, and maybe it's going to be a shock for a lot of people, but that are fans. But I could easily see us being, 3-3 or 2-4 through the first 6 games. And here's why I say that. Okay, we've got a tough Packers game at home. We've got the Seahawks. We've got the Cardinals and the Colts. Okay. I could see us picking off one of those 3 games in that 4-game stretch, but we could easily be 3-3 going to Chicago. Okay. Now, that's not a bad thing, and here's why. First of all, Jimmy G is still our quarterback. Okay, so I would expect us to be 2-4, 3-3 through those stretches. We know what Jimmy can bring, and to me, he's an average quarterback. But here's where the season's going to lie. Okay, there are going to be several rookies that we drafted that are going to have to make an impact. Number one is Trey Sherman. Okay, because we don't know how Mostert's going to be. He's injury prone. I don't think he's going to. I think he and Trey are going to probably share the load. But that's number one, Trey Sherman. Okay, number two, Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks is going to have a solid rookie season.
Oh, I forgot about
to help
him.
McGlinchey on that right side. Okay, so there's another rookie. Okay, the third rookie. Now I could see him playing a very significant role, depending on how Mosley does in the corner slot, and that's Ambry Thomas. Okay, or Diamador Lenore, one of those two. So there are 3 positions right there, where significant positions on the team where we have had holes that they're going to have to fill. Okay, so if we're going to have a really good season, we're going to have good quarterback play. All right, and I also imagine Trey Lance coming in and starting, probably before week 8. If we're 2-4, 3-3, I could see him playing that first game against Justin Fields in Chicago. Okay, I think that is something that we're probably going to see. So with that being said, the key to this season, I could be wrong, and I probably will be wrong. But I could see this team taking their stride probably after that Chicago game. We're 4-3, and we take our stride from there. And the NFL season is about hitting your peak at the right time. You don't have to be 8-1, 10-2, that kind of record early on or midway through the season. It's about hitting your stride at the right time. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're 2-4, 3-4, 4-3, somewhere in there. And then I think eventually we make it to, 11 or 12 wins is where I'm going with it.
No, I see.
But the rookies have to play
start
well.
off slow. And...
The rookies have to play well. So,
yeah. If we have any, no, that's secondary.
That's where I'm.
Do you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to return to Green Bay?
I don't know. I don't know that whole situation. It's not looking great, just from what I've been reading and seeing. But who really knows, Ronbo? We're not in the organization. I'll tell you one thing. It doesn't look good.
Yeah, no, that's when we said we have a tough Green Bay team. I wonder, is Rodgers serious, or is he going to all of a sudden say, I never intended on not playing, but I got to let these people know how I feel about what they're doing, and it was the best way for them to understand what I mean. Because I don't know if he's bluffing or what, but it sounds like, if anything, he's going to come to maybe mandatory training camp. Maybe we'll know then. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway,
right.
I don't want to take up too much time. I'm just going to wrap up with this, Ron. But I'm going to say, don't be surprised if we're 3-4, 4-3, somewhere going into Week 8. Or we're 2-4 going into Week 7, and that's where we hit our stride. And we figure it out. We put in Trey. He's ready to go. We've got a balanced offense. Our defense starts rolling. That's kind of how I see the season going. I mean, last year we started off we were 2-2, or I don't remember exactly, maybe 3-3, 3-4, somewhere like that, and we were still in it.
We played the Giants and the Jets to start the
season.
season with, and we lost to the Cards, so we were like 2-1, and then everything turned to poo-poo after that. So, yeah.
Just don't be surprised if we have a slow start. That's all I'm saying.
All right. There you go. Good stuff.
But hey, Ronbo, it's good to be back. I'm back in California. I was in Tampa and Orlando for a while. I don't know if you remember. We talked about that last year, but I'm back in Cali.
And now that you mentioned it, I do remember that. All right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Good. We'll Kevin. We'll see you. We'll see you this weekend then. If you got time, since you're back in town. All right. All right, fam.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time. Good to talk to you.
No problem. Love it. Have a great night.
All right. Bye.
Oh, I love the name. Whoa, mama. That's Jersey Joe material. Ronbo, if A.B. Roethlisberger and Vic could have careers after the mess they got it, hey, that's Sherman should too. There's no reason he can't recover a career in NFL. I would like to think that too. People should be excused for one infraction. I mean, if next week you hear about Sherman going nuts again, well, then like Kevin just mentioned, that borders on there's some mental issues going on there, and he probably needs a therapist and probably prescribed medication. But, right on this particular hour, it's like scary. Yeah, I mean, real scary. Yo, Will.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on, man?
Well, you tell me. We was talking about Sherman. We was talking about the over/under on wins this year. So, yeah, what's up?
Well, I just want to give a shout out to Sherman, man. Praying that everything goes, gets better for him. Stuff like that, man. It's serious, man. You just can't, play around with it. So, I think Sherman kind of bugging out because he hasn't been signed or anything like that. So that's not really his style. Being a free agent, not somebody wanting him. So it may be taking a toll on him. But praying for Sherman, man. Hope to get it together. But you know what I'm saying. Which brings me to this, man, Ronbo, man. I just want to apologize to you, man. This Trey Lance, Jimmy G thing, man. It's kind of dividing the team, the fan base, and sometimes, people want things to go their way so bad, when you argue with somebody who's against it, it kind of get personal and whatnot. But, You know what I'm saying?
No, I do.
We just gotta.
I told everybody
You know.
on the phone that would talk. Listen, look, I ain't mad at Will. Still love Will. He's still my dude. So we'll get past this. I was thinking that the whole time. It didn't stick. We're cool, bro.
Yeah, sometimes we just gotta watch what we say. Cause you never know. Sometimes, he'll turn around and bite us, bite us in the butt. So you gotta be careful how you talk to people, because things can turn around on you, and think things could bite you in the butt. Kind of something like this. Hold on, Ronbo.
Let me tell you this game, right? And by the way, I've always gotten into the Jimmy haters' faces about Jimmy. I want to know how much. As I said, I want to be a member of your club now. Wait, before I do that though, I might not stay. I'm willing to give Jimmy a shot if he just comes back and shows me the Jimmy G that I thought was so awesome in 2017. But until I see that Jimmy G again, yeah, I'm with you. Get rid of him. But Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Ronbo, that was you week 8 of last year against Seattle.
I haven't changed on that, and I stuck to that because that time it was annoying, and it was strange, and he was hurt, and he just threw an INT, and I think that was that game he threw an INT, right? So yeah, Jimmy has some faults. He has a lot of wrongs.
Yeah, you said that, so that's why I say be careful how you say stuff. So it can turn around and bite you in the butt. All right. Good night, Ronbo.
Good night, Will. Yeah. During the season, I get my emotions went high, especially during a game or afterward, especially if things went bad. But now that he's healthy, I think I won't be having so many of those kind of moments. Yo, it's the Iron Sheik. Sheik, come on in, man.
Oh, what's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Will came in and it was real nice, and then he hit me with that recording. Hilarious. That's why I can't wait till the season gets started so we can see how this drama is going to unfold. Most people have no faith in the 49ers. Well, not most people don't have any faith in the 49ers, but most people don't have any faith in what Jimmy's capable of doing in the first week. Kevin's back, and he's already got us losing the first few games. It's really a bizarre situation we're in right now. So it's going to be interesting to see who's right and who thought it might play out the way it does. So, yeah, we're all sitting on the edge of our seat. But, Sheik, the 10.5 over under, if you have any thoughts about Sherm, my God, take it away, bro.
Well, I got to start with Sherman. I definitely got to, everybody in the chat right now, just throw like a emoji, a prayer emoji for them, man. We all have those days that we just lose our mind. It could be like different kind of stuff. We lost people. We lose our mind. People went through divorces or lose their loved ones, or just like, and it's financially a problem in life. Or, and then the thing is, it could be a CTE. It could be just not having a job right now, and he's just trying to get money out of the situation, and he has a business going on. It sucks. It's sad. And, I'm glad that he's okay, but at the same time, I'm hoping everybody around the situation is okay. Because nobody deserves to be hurt. Nobody deserves to be in that way of being like in that process of messing everything up for himself, because it really messed it up for him. And we don't know the story. Nobody knows the story. And that's the thing. Everybody's having different type of things right now. But until he's proven guilty, then you go from there.
Yeah, just
there's no bail.
Take those reports as with a grain of salt, huge grain of salt. Sheik, now you know what? I probably out of line asking this question. So anybody that's listening, don't misconstrue what I'm asking. Sheik, his parents or his uncle, who was it? I suspect Richard Sherman can afford a high-end home. Are Ashley's parents or in-laws or Ashley's folks own that place that he's living in? What?
Yeah, he just went to his uncle's house, or not his uncle. Well, her uncle was there, but he couldn't come in the house for some
He
reason.
owns
He's
the place,
supposedly banging the door. Something is going on. Like, obviously, I don't know, man. It could be a lot of things. It could be like saying certain things to your kids, or who knows. It's all assumed, unfortunately. But it triggered him.
Yeah.
It made him drink. It made him do things that he's not. He's a Stanford grad. It's mind-boggling. He's in the NFLPA right now. Everybody's surprised right now what he's done. And the thing is, people in life need to understand it doesn't matter who you are, what kind of title you have in life. You could just slip any day. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it triggered him, man.
Are you in your home? You're not renting from or buying from your parents your house, are you?
No, I own my own house. Well, you asking me?
Yeah. I kind of think this was a stage set up. If you marry you're married and you buy a home from your wife, marriages have a way of somehow going south sometimes. What a position to be in. You having problems with the wife, and all of a sudden, here comes the problem. And now the legalities surrounding the house. I said, whoa, the wifey's owning that house? Uh-oh. And then that probably start the fight right there.
Yeah. Right, and then when family gets along and gets involved, it makes a problem. That's why I guarantee you, Ronbo, this is what's going to happen. And shout out to the DeBarlo family. They've been taking care of these 49er players with all the stuff they've been going on. What Jed York needs to do right now, set everything. And he's probably doing it right now. We just don't know it. He's probably getting a rehab center set up for Richard Sherman, just like Aldon Smith, what he did for him. He's going to help this guy out because that's what the 49er way that we do. We take care of our own players, and we try to help him. How much, that guy, he's helped, hate him all you want. He used to be a Seattle Seahawk. Whatever he did, but he was a 49er. He helped this team to be what he does. The players love him. The coaches love him. The fan base that hated him was starting to love him. I loved him.
I want him.
And whatever the situation, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's crazy that, fan bases and players, give up on a player like that. It's just any type of player. End of the day, I'm a 49er fan, but end of the day, if somebody I hate is going to be in the wrongdoing or in the death or, suicidal, I don't wish nobody on that. And it's sad, Ronbo. And that's what I'm hearing as well. Well, his mindset, depression, CTE, who knows? We're going to find out. And I'm sorry. I apologize, Ronbo. This is not 49er talk, but it is a 49er player that
sure made news, and we know him, and a lot of us grew to love him. So yeah, it's definitely relevant.
Right. Okay. It just makes you think in life, man. It trips you out. That's why your loved ones and your people that you love around you, keep them close, support them, help them. It just because everybody has a day could slip, man. It's just crazy. But we gotta figure this out. And Sherman, God bless him. And the 49ers, we need to win this damn Super Bowl. And then give him a huge shout out to Richard Sherman when we do. Lions, you're going to be destroyed because we're pissed off right now. We're pissed off. What we're going to be doing? We're going to throw a lot of 2-5 for Richard Sherman when we get pick 6 on Jared Goff. We're pissed. You think we're pissed from last year? You just haven't seen anything yet. The secondary just woke right now because of this situation.
That's one reason why I can't wait to see. I guarantee it. I'd be willing to bet big bucks on it. The 49ers are going to steamroll the first 6 teams they see. That's a team that's stocked, pissed, embarrassed. You talk about motivated. Oh, it's going to be a bonfire for the first few weeks. And then you start with a team like Detroit. Somebody tell Don Burr he ain't got no game. Anyway, good stuff.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, fam.
Yeah, man.
We'll see you Friday.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to TNT, man. Shout out to you, sir, and shout out to your family and all that. Production.
Thanks.
Stay
Thanks,
excited with you. Got to help each other. Go Niners.
Got to do it. Appreciate you, Sheik. See you Friday. Have a great night, fam.
Later. Everybody.
We're all leaning toward, you walk on a thread between sanity versus insanity. You don't really know it. And I always get a kick because my mom, when I was like 15, 16, I thought I was having moments. And my mom would say, Mom, I think I'm losing it. Listen here, boy, you people who go crazy don't know it. Hey, thanks, Mom. I've never forgotten that moment. You don't. This makes sense for you to know. If you knew you were losing it, you'd stop it, wouldn't you? 49ers Ultimate Report. I'm calling it tonight. Niners, Johnny. And I look up the bottom. There's Johnny now. Hey, John, come on in, man.
Ronbo.
John, it's funny because I don't know how you felt about Sherm, or collectively, I don't know how the Niner Empire felt about Sherm and wanting him to resign. I know we were torn with the question. A lot of people said, I don't want Sherm. We need Sherm for leadership. You get all kind of feedback on that question, right? But the thing is, when Sherm's going through this, I really was a weird sensation came over me when I read that. Because, Sherm, man, I don't know if I wanted to be on a team or not. If he came, I'd have been fine. If he didn't, I was fine. I didn't have one strong feeling toward that one way or the other. But to read that he's having that kind of problem to that dimension, I said, damn, Sherm. What were your feelings on that? And also that over-under at 10.5.
First I want to, say quickly about the win, loss, over and under. I already made, my predictions, and I don't like making predictions because when I predict something, it doesn't really happen. But basically the floor, the lowest is I think that worst case scenario is 9 victories. The best case scenario is 13 because, this team is really good. I just found out today that last year the offense, was not as bad as it looked on the field. We were still a top 15 offense, which I was a little bit surprised. I thought that was BS. I looked it up, and our defense was much higher as a 6-10. So a healthy team, that's going to be the only thing is just the health. When it comes to Richard Sherman, basically, I'm leaving my house, I'm going to work, and I'm like, so I post a quick video, explaining the situation. I didn't know what was going on. I got home, I looked up all the information, and then I saw a video from a guy who covers the Denver Broncos on YouTube, but he also talks about NFL stuff. And basically, he painted a timeline of all the chaos that led around 1 a.m. in the morning in Seattle. He crashed his car on, basically, like a city, property. He parked his car at a location, and then he went to a location where he knew, which was his wife, family. Then that's where everything became crazy after that. Then the police were called in at 1:45, and Sherman was, when they arrived around 2 a.m., Sherman was standing outside. He was drunk. He wasn't, in a right mindset. He wasn't even arguing with the police. But once the police officer mentioned that they were going to arrest him, that's when everything got chaotic, and then everything blew up, whatever. And then the dog, of course, that you mentioned, a dog, bit him, and then he went to the hospital before he was booked. So in my mind, I think this is my theory. I'm not trying to say, that this is what happened. I think when he crashed his car, he must have been drinking something. He must have been impaired. He wasn't thinking straight. He ran to the closest place, which was his wife's, family's house, and he acted belligerent. He started fighting. He broke in, whatever that law is in Washington, very different. When anyone breaks into a house, they always put that domestic stuff because when you break in, that's Washington state law. So after that, he was booked. They said he's not going to get no bail. In my mind, I'm not sure what happened because this is nothing that Richard Sherman is known for. If he was having a mental breakdown, he got drunk, he was trying to, harm himself, they need to get this guy help. But if he did this on purpose for whatever the reason, that's why we have to find out the facts. And unfortunately, in the NFL, they don't care about the facts. If Richard Sherman is arrested, teams are going to stay far away from him and doesn't really care about the 49ers or the Seahawks, which are the two teams he played for. They're going to distance himself far away from that dude. That's just the way it is.
Yep. You can't have any PR nightmares. If a player gets arrested, anything involving the police, it's really, you can't have, because people will be outside the stadium with signs marching, the 49ers harbor convicts, or it always gets drawn out of proportion, right? So yeah, you can't have it.
Yeah, so basically, then when I got home from work, I did a show and I read all the information from top to bottom. And if all that information was true, because I read the stuff that was released by the police, by the chief of that, plus all the reports over there. So I did an impartial, and I still had people on saying dumb things, saying I'm trying to defend the actions. I wasn't saying that. I was just reporting the information on my channel. And if they don't like it, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're going to find out all the facts probably tomorrow or during this week. Because at the end of the day, we need to find out why this guy, who I don't know if he's ever been suspended, I don't know if he's ever been fined by the NFL, and if he's never done that, this is something out of character. And that's just, I'm a little bit surprised that he did something like that. And even though, whatever he was trying to do, I think, in my opinion, because, well, like I said, I've been down this road before. I've been like this, like him. There have been moments where, should I, myself? But you get the help you need, to get the support, your family, to get the help that you need. And unfortunately, because this is our society, we don't care about people, what they're doing. And plus, Richard Sherman is 33 years old. He's getting older. I don't know if he's starting to realize that, maybe he just loves football. Maybe he just wants to play football. Because at the end of the day, this was so out of character.
That's gospel truth there. I tell you what, John, always awesome to hear from you. Yeah, that was made a lot of sense to me. So great. We're gonna go. I'll be looking for you Friday. He's 49ers Ultimate Report, as he just mentioned. Don's got content rolling. And John, just have a great night. All right.
I want to give a shout out to this dude. I think your viewers need to know his name is Jay in the Bay. He's a guy. He's almost at 1K, so help this guy get 1K. He talks 49er football just like you, Ronbo. Shout out Jay in the Bay, and of course, Tommy Huxley and all the other Niner Empire people. Of course, like Norm, Niners all day.
All right, John. We'll see you Friday. All right, fam. John just brought up something, too. If Sherm got in the car and started driving into things, and he's also suicidal, his wife was right to be frantic, wasn't she? You see the police coming, and you go at him? Well, I guess he waited till they said you're under arrest. He did have a death wish, didn't he? I hope not. Maybe it's just the booze. Hey, and we're going to see. Anyway, you know what? I tell you what, though, we got to. It's Emilio. Oh, no. That's. I've been waiting for me to do that. No, it's not Emilio. It's Brittany. Brittany.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Brittany. Brittany. Oh, wait. Barack O'Niner says this, Brittany. Hold on a second. He still hates Carlos Hyde. See, so, thanks, JJ. We're talking about if Carlos Hyde was to have the same situation, we'd have to feel bad for him. Everybody but Barack O'Niner, I guess. Brittany, people are so evil. I also ran across a little bit of a supposedly humor. Well, Sherm, you can really call Sherm a lockdown corner now. I said, you know what? This is like, boy, people ain't got no respect for. It's just Sherm's gonna get it. Memes, a lot of crap. I feel bad for him so bad because I can't imagine what he's going through. But Minnie, your feelings on Sherm, if you want to interject that, and also 10-5 is the low mark for the 49ers. Over or under that, what do you got going?
Today, just finding out about Sherman, it shocked me. I'm keeping my prayers for him as much as I can. You know, his family, I'm keeping in my prayers because nobody should ever go through that. Nobody. And mental health is very serious. I don't laugh at stuff like that because the person next to you can deal with it. The person in your family can deal with it. Even yourself can deal with it. So
sure.
I don't find anything of this situation that Sherman's going through, along with his family, funny. It's not funny at all. So people who think it's funny, please rethink it because it's not. It's very serious. And I hope he gets help. I pray he gets help.
You know, it's going to get to the point. We're going to get more reports. The first report I heard, you got to be careful. And remind everybody, be careful of the headlines on things like this, because I got the totally wrong impression when I read that headline. And then after you get into the details, I said, wait, sure, I thought you had Sherman breaking into people's houses or something he don't even know. What? Yeah.
So. Hearing like his wife's voice and hearing how much of a panic she's in, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. So I'm praying to God he gets all the help that he needs because nobody should go through that. And I think it could be like the mental stress, the depression of, not signing with the team or maybe his career. I don't know what it is, but I hope he gets the help. Not with the Niners, how many wins we can get. I have them going 13-4.
13-4? Yeah, that's a popular call. 13-4. Because we're playing an extra game this year, so otherwise that'd be a 12-win season. But 13-win season, it's not unreasonable. Not for this team, and not with the schedule.
Here's my thing. What I find so frustrating is people saying the first couple of games we have until before the bye, they're saying that we're going 2-3, and then during the bye week you can see Trey start playing. But here's the situation. If that happens, I'm not saying it's going to, but if that happens, what makes people think that during his first ever season, Trey Lance is actually going to do a 13-4 season in his rookie year? Usually, it's not a playoff season if a rookie is starting for their team. It's not. So I'm just trying to figure out why you guys thinking that if he starts playing during the season, he's going to lead the team to the playoffs. I'm just being so serious right now. What makes you think? Is it the weapons? We have the weapons. But at the same time, it's like, y'all just saying this because of one specific thing. And I think you mentioned this. Or another caller mentioned this. Y'all giving up so much hope on Jimmy that you really think a first-year rookie is going to lead to the playoffs. I don't see that. But I'm excited to see him play in preseason for sure.
Yeah. And you pointed out, mostly it's about the fact that a lot of people are just anxious to get Trey started because they pretty much lost all faith in Jimmy. But the situation is with this, though, we have lots of good players around Trey, and I understand that sentiment. If you bring in a lot of good players around him, he should be okay. My feeling on that is he doesn't have enough experience in the NFL. Everything's going to look super fast to him. What's the kid in Miami last year? Yeah, people in the industry, it takes a minute to adjust to the NFL, especially at the quarterback position. Things are moving lightning fast. You've got to make a lot of quick decisions. It's an adjustment you have to make. So to expect him to come in and just after playing 1 year of college football, that's a little bit of a lofty expectation. Now, I won't say it's not possible.
It is.
but I don't see it being likely. And I don't think Shanahan's going to put him in a position where he gets freaked out.
No.
You can ruin a young quarterback doing that, and now he loses all confidence. He's pressing. He's trying to make sure that he meets expectations. It's too much to ask. I actually, and Brittany, I tell you what, I actually see if something goes wrong that early in the season, I actually see Josh Rosen coming in before I see Trey coming in.
Possibly, but I'm a little bit iffy on Rosen. But I'm just saying, that's
It's
the only
experience-wise.
thing to me why people are so anxious to get Trey in and see if he can take him to the playoffs this season.
It's all about we traded up to get him. We got all this draft capital lost on him, and sure enough, we're not going to let him sit down. But the fact of the matter is, they made it clear Trey will play when they think he's ready to play. Forcing him in there in week 2 or 3, I can't imagine him being ready that quickly. But hey, I'm kind of done arguing with those people, so I'm just going to let it ride until preseason gets underway.
I would say this.
Yeah.
I say this, though, is that if that actually happens and Jimmy goes to a team that needs a quarterback and he all of a sudden takes them to a playoff game and the 49ers are not, what is there to say? I mean, I'm just saying that scenario could happen. I'm just saying.
Agreed. It's just the thing is, that's why Jimmy said some things that makes like you take everything you've heard and everything you do and use it as fuel. If they say you're not good enough, you make sure that that's not happening. And if you fail, nobody's going to know your name. Jimmy's fired up. People have no idea. I read into what he was saying.
They don't think he's taking it in because his expression never changes.
And that's what Jimmy's so quiet. Nobody knows what he's doing. He didn't put videos out. I don't know why people thought he was going to get video for video going on with Trey. That's not what established football players, quarterbacks do in the NFL. I don't know. We're going to see those soon. So this will get straightened out pretty quick. Yeah. So, all right, Britt. Always good to hear from you. Great input as usual. I'll see you Friday. Yeah. All right.
I will be on Friday.
Looking forward.
Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to everybody in 49ers Nation. Have a good night.
Empire. Brittany. It's Empire.
Empire.
Because we will come after you for that. Oh, they just run. Hey, we ain't no nation. Empire, no, Britt. All right, Brittany. See you Friday.
Night.
Have a great night.
See you Friday.
And let's see. Jay. There's Jay in the Bay. Somebody just mentioned you, Jay in the Bay. The 49er family with you, Sherm. Get well, my friend. Once a 49er, always a 49er. Great show as always, Bubba. Somebody just said something about Jay in the Bay. What'd they say about him, though? I think that was that John? I think it was John. All right. Thanks, fam. Appreciate that. And let's go to... Oh, there's a... 49ers and Niners faithful check out. Oh, there it is. 49ers Ultimate Report. Niners check out Jay in the Bay. That's what they were talking about. Jay in the Bay. Jay in the Bay's got if he's in the chat, click him up. Click him up. All right. Now, as I was getting ready to say, Emilio, it's fun working your name these days. You know what I'm saying? Emilio, I know, and Emilio, and the funny thing is, I know you enjoy a good beverage. I've seen you sipping on a brewski while you was barbecuing because you had the cam on you at times. But I know you have got a firm grip on your faculties. You are not on the edge. What in the world happened to Sherm? And also, over or under on that 10.5, fam?
So you said what? The 10 point what?
The 10.5. That's our floor is supposedly 10.5 as far as Vegas is saying. And
I was like, how you confused for a second? I'm like, what? Oh, you talking about win total? Okay.
Yeah. But there's an over. I mean, you could go 9 too. Depends how you feel.
Yeah, the whole Sherman thing. I read up on it, and then I just recently read something about what it was. Yeah, he got in a car accident, parked his car, and was knocking on his in-laws' door. So I don't know what's going on with Sherman. Maybe he just had an accident and he was close by, and he was like, oh, maybe he was going over there. I mean, I've gotten in plenty of accidents, and I'm all right. Some accidents I shouldn't have been driving, but hey, I'm all right for the most part.
I know, the last thing you want to do.
Put like this. Couple of them I left the Niner game when I shouldn't have left. I'll put it to you like that.
You had an accident after a Niners game?
Oh yeah.
Boy, talk about bad. Did we win that game or lose?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. You was enjoying the beverage while you was in the stadium, wasn't you? You know what? I always wondered if anybody reports back, could you sue the 49ers or any other club around the country? If I go out and have an accident after I leave the ball game and I was buying brewskis in the stadium, can I say, you know what, I was at the 49er game and they could have told me to stop at 1, but they didn't. So that's why I ain't paying for all that damage.
That's weird. I've actually read up on it, and they said wherever you get drunk at, they're supposed to be held responsible if you get in an accident. But I don't know if anybody that's actually sued or done anything. But yeah, I've read up on it because I've had a DUI before. Years ago? Yeah, it's been years. So yeah.
Some bars are held responsible. Bartenders will stop.
So yeah, it's been about at least 15 plus years my DUI. So
you've learned.
I read up on that and I had to go to school for all that. I don't recommend it because it's one expensive cocktail. Let's tell you that much. You're end up paying for more than what you think. So don't recommend drinking the garden.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Sherm's. We're going to find out more. And Sherm, I suspect he'll come out and make a statement to the public within. Are they going to let him out? I don't know.
Well, no, they said no. They said he has to spend time in jail until he sees the judge. So he's not getting out.
Oh God.
So let's say if he has court maybe tomorrow. And
the sooner they speedy trial situation.
I guess that's the most recent thing I read. I said that's what it was. They said he can't leave. Can't leave jail from
custody. He remains in custody until the trial time. Oh man.
So until he sees the judge, he can't get out. So I don't know when he might see his judge. I don't know if it might be in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, or maybe in a month. I don't know. I just don't know because I guess they said he can't be released until he sees the judge, especially what the judge says.
And the best of lawyers been down there talking already. And if they can't get him out, he ain't coming out. Man.
No, they already said he can't be released until he sees the judge. So he's going to be there for at least a couple of days at least.
Oh, God. Man. Well, we'll wait. We got to wait. That's all we can do. Hey, 10.5.
Oh, well, the only thing he can do is make the best of it. Hey, and nothing we can do. He's already in there.
Sherm, he's probably telling people all up in the facility, just because I'm Richard Sherman don't mean a damn thing. This is what happens when you screw up, all right? I'm sober now, and I'm feeling it. Sherman's that kind of guy. I can see it, Because I don't think he meant to do what he did. After you now come back to his senses.
I just, the only thing I don't like what the NFL does is just, you also got to realize these guys are regular guys. Of course, they're going to get into accidents, they're going to drink, they're going to do that, and then people say, oh, they're, role models. I mean, I understand it. I get it. You're in the views. Kids want to grow up and want to be. But I'm like, these are men, too. We all have jobs. We all have done it. Like I said, I've done the dumb shit, and I don't agree with it, but, it's just we all make mistakes. Yeah. And it just, when it comes to players, and then it felt like, basketball players, football players, baseball players, they're all, oh, God, you guys are messing up. I'm like, they're human too. They're allowed to make mistakes.
But they're high profile, Cameras on them all the time. That's why when they mess up, it's amplified 1,000,000 times. You cannot be a flawed citizen and play professional ball.
Yeah, I don't agree with that because it's like dumb. Like I said, we all make mistakes.
I agree.
You can't just really say, oh, because you're an NFL player, you know, or whatever, you look down upon when you mess up like that. I'm like, you can't fault the guy, even if he was drinking or whatever the case may be. You just can't fault him like that. Because then we look at, you go back to Alden Smith, you know, he had too many chances there. Because he had a drinking problem, but it just at the same time, if you have a drinking problem, you know, it comes down to, it's in the illness either way, but you look down upon like, oh, you're a mess up. You don't belong in the NFL. You don't do this. You don't do that. I'm like, there's so many excuses you can make and
it's always
feel about the guy, but it's just.
Yeah, the public perception is always, you know, hanging. You know, it's and that's never going to change, Emilio. You know, people are going to do that.
No, it's
because
not.
that's yeah.
But it just with me, I have my certain views about it because, like I said, I've made my mistakes growing up. I've learned a whole lot growing up.
And that's why you can
I don't
sympathize.
look at those guys like, oh, they're mess ups. Oh, people shouldn't look up to them. I'm like I said, we all make mistakes. Yeah. You got to learn one way or another.
Emilio, we got to go though. We ran out of time. But we'll see you Friday, and just try to have a good old night.
With that whole Vegas thing, I just tell you one thing. I think we're going to win more than 10 games. I don't see us not winning more than 10 games, especially with this team ready to roll. Yeah, I see us winning more than 10 games. I don't see why not.
Just stay the hell up out the IR. Yeah, it should be easy.
Yeah, unless I was going to say, unless there's going to be injuries, then we're doomed. I just don't see that.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, Emilio.
But you have a good night.
You too, man. See you.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah. And for Vegas to say 10.5, usually if a team looks like that, the betting line, and people are looking at a team like that, normally it's the low. And that's what Vegas is talking about, 10.5. This team is stacked. They are ready. There's no weaknesses on that team, not really, in comparison with every other team. When you look at the 49er roster and you look at other rosters, you can see at every position there seems to be a star somewhere in it. Every spot on the field is got a star in it. Hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, we're sitting here brooding and expressing ourselves on the Richard Sherman mishap. And also, Vegas says, 49ers, y'all lose less than 10.5 games, you will have failed miserably. And so that's the floor for the 49ers. That's a Super Bowl estimation. When you see teams estimated, because usually you see teams projected to win 7 games, 8 games, 6 games. That's the norm. Only a few teams get 10 and up. And the 49ers 10.5. So the pressure's on. The pressure's on in San Francisco anyway. But, Jay, you look at that 10.5 floor, over or under for you? Give us that estimation and any feelings you may have about Sherm.
It's going to be, I believe it's going to be over 10. You know, I have faith in my team. I just, I believe it's going to be over 10. I'm going to go 12-5 and try to go with that. And, but I want to say one thing before I get to Sherman. I want to send my condolences to Greg Clark. Rest in peace, being a Niner. Okay, so, I just want to say that. But to Sherm, he just had a bad day, man. You know what I'm saying? He is a human being. He made a mistake. And he's usually, he's always on his grind. So I just think he just had a bad day,
Really bad.
And just frustrated, maybe because, people don't understand. When you play sports a long time, and then once that's gone, them players get very, very, some, they know it's life after football and they move on. But a lot of people don't move on, and people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? They think they could play football until, hey, you get to a point where nobody ain't calling you and bring you in for workouts.
And depression. Yeah,
it depresses him, you know what I'm saying? And he probably is in that state where he just snaps, and people know when you snap, that's not a good decision to do, And he's going to learn from this. He's going to come back. He only been in trouble one time, and this is like the very first time getting in trouble. So, he's gonna be able to come back and be with NFL roster. I don't know if it's gonna be with us, but Sherman's still good. You know, he's not the Richard Sherman of old, you know, but he still can. I think he can do very well. And
No, I'm listening. I didn't say anything.
Oh, I think he could just, you know, he can mentor some other people. You know, I don't think he's gonna be able to go to no contender unless they want to get a Richard Sherman. But
no, this season, Richard's not playing this year. You know what? And he'll be 34 next year. This may be what a way to go out. This may be Sherman may have played his last football game last year with us.
Yeah, and he didn't really play that much, so that kind of hurt him, hurt his future. But yeah, I think he might have played his last football. He probably ain't getting no call. And, you know, he's his own agent, so he probably ain't getting no calls just stating, hey, we want you on our football team. So I think he's just stretched out, and in which he's bright, you know, he's bright. So he'd be able to, you know, could be a coach, he can be an analyst, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. You know, Jay, all of that was hanging in the balance. Now, I don't know. He may have destroyed his chances to even do some of that stuff.
Yeah, he's a possibility, but you know what? Ronbo, it's people don't fail to realize, you know, when them athletes, they get a bunch of chances. We all know, we all seen it, unless you do something
kill somebody.
Really capital punishment.
Hey, Jay, so funny.
You ain't no turning back.
No, you could get away with murder. Look at what's his name over in with the Ravens, the linebacker.
Ray Lewis.
I know Ray.
But they didn't prove him guilty though. So
I know,
I'm gonna get a brother a chance.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get a brother a chance.
Okay. I didn't mean to go there.
You got.
When you said murder,
yeah, you gotta plead guilty. You gotta be guilty. Cause look at Aaron Hernandez. He was found guilty, and guess what happened to him?
Well, they put him in
life
jail.
in prison.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So if the thing is, you know, he's gonna be able to come back. He's too smart. He's too bright to not be able to, you know, and this is his first time getting in trouble. I highly think that's going to set him back. You know, if he was consistently staying in trouble and doing that, I would have been like, yeah, he didn't mess up his future. But that just silly ass, and then charges could be dropped where she could go down to misdemeanor. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? He could get a good attorney. He has money. You know, so his future's still bright. I think it's just a little hiccup along the way. I think he's gonna be all right. I think, you know, he's got money, so he can get an attorney. He'll get this stuff tightened up and get right.
Well, Jay, we gotta wish him good luck and tell you what we're gonna do. But we're gonna go. I'm gonna see you on Friday and try to get it in before you pat. You know, Jay, you falling asleep is full entertainment. Do I gotta tell you?
Everybody stop. I try to stay out. It get a little late over here in Tennessee.
Stop. Jay.
But, you know, as long as I get to talk to my boy Ronbo, I'm cool. You know, if I fall asleep, hey,
he must have
it's entertaining.
Shh, don't too loud. Let him sleep. Jay, see you. Hey, great to hear you. We'll see you Friday, okay?
Yes, sir, Ronbo. You have a good one, brother.
You too.
Good night,
fam. Yes. Hey, oh, my goodness. To what do we owe this honor? We've not heard from DTNT Niece in a long time. Denise.
Hey, Ronbo. How's it going?
Denise. It's going like, hurry up, 2 more weeks. We're at the point now, it's only 14 days. And then we can stop, no matter what it is, 14 days, and we can say, yes, finally, we can stop waiting around for things to happen. It's happening now, yes. But Denise, in the meantime, Sherm.
Have you missed me?
I mean, I was getting ready to tell you, Denise, where have you been? But then I said she's going to tell us. Of course we did. I mean, I seen you on Twitter, I think,
Ronbo.
once in the past few weeks. So, yeah. You been okay?
Yeah, things are, I'm out here in the Arizona heat right now walking my dog, but
But
other
that's
than that,
gold, Denise.
good.
What did you guys get up to today? We're setting world records now. But what was that I got 130 degrees? 130 degrees! Oh!
Oh, I don't live there. That's Death Valley. Yeah, no thank you.
Do you know that you can fry meat? Bacon would sizzle under that if you could put it right in the right spot. That is frightening.
Yeah, they had it on the news, Ronbo, where people were out taking pictures next to that temperature sign saying, it's 133. I'm like, okay, you guys must not be from Arizona, because no true Arizonan would do that. Like, we're like, oh, hell no. We stay inside with the AC.
Tourists, they just drove over to that area just to do that. People will do anything for a moment to capture. And that, to me, is just, you can get heat stroke. It doesn't take long. You standing out there taking that long. If there's a little standing in line to do that, you can actually hurt yourself. I mean, the sun is hitting you like a fist. We're talking all kinds of things that could go wrong. Comical. But, yeah.
No, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy tough.
You're only getting like 110,
I mean, I'm out here now,
115.
but what time is it right now? Let's see. It's
Mountain time?
I don't even know.
Denise, you only get up to
it's 9:34, and I'm walking right now.
Yeah, but you waited till the sun. That's a good time. Go at night. That's smart.
Right.
But what is it, right? What's your nighttime temperature, though? It's got to be at least 80, 90. Am I right?
Let's see. It's 97 right now.
And there's Denise, bold as that. The dog is sitting there said, I could have walked around the house. You didn't have to come out here. So let's go back now. Denise, over under 10.5. Have you got any feelings about Sherm? What do you think?
I definitely think it's over. I think we're going to ball out this year. Again, hopefully the injuries go attack some other team and leave us alone this year.
Please, and thank you.
That's what I keep praying for.
Wow.
And, yeah, right? So if we stay somewhat healthy, I think it's definitely over.
Oh, yeah. No health issues, we romp.
Oh, yeah. And I'm probably, I'm sure my TNT family doesn't agree with me either, but that's cool. I think Jimmy's going to ball out. I think Jimmy's going to play his ass off because he doesn't have a choice.
And ain't that the truth?
He's playing for his
future.
He's playing for his next contract.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing for his next starting role.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He's motivated now.
Jimmy's probably praying.
Mm-hmm.
People want to know what Jimmy's doing in the offseason. I bet that homeboy's in church praying he stays healthy.
Or, Denise, he's out with probably with some kind of commandos or something, learning what do you got to do to be tough, I mean, they're probably swinging on ropes and diving into sand pits, rolling around. Guys are picking them up and body slamming them. All right, when they get to the ground, hit down with the arm, man. Jimmy, get up. Come on. Take that. Stay loose. So Jimmy's trying to stay tough because Jimmy says, if I'm healthy,
we're going to see
win.
Jimmy. We're going to see Jimmy in an MMA match.
That'd be so awesome. We have a surprise contestant tonight. And this is just weeks before the season, which is kind of surprising. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. What? And Jimmy's out there dishing out pain. That would be the most funniest part. As the guy goes to take Jimmy out, and Jimmy's beating him up.
Yeah, right.
Denise, how did we come up with that? That's brilliant. Oh, God. But yeah, we and what else, Denise? You want to add to that? Go ahead. I interrupted you. Take another minute.
No, you're fine. Sherman, I'm praying for his family. I think him and his wife got into it, and then he tried to drink his sorrows away, according to the reports. I don't know.
And then, according to what I read, he was following his wife. She took the kids and was going over to her uncle's.
Right.
And he followed her over there, and he crashed his car trying to follow her.
Oh.
And then he parked his car and ran, I guess, the rest of the way or whatever.
Damn.
And then he was trying to get to her. So.
See, that was reckless driving, public endangerment. They've got Richard on so many charges.
Yeah.
Man.
He, I feel bad. I really do. I agree with Brittany. It's not a laughing matter. I feel really bad for him. His wife said that he was threatening to hurt himself.
Yep.
I feel really bad. I think it's horrible. I hope he gets the help he needs. And I'll be honest with you, Ronbo, when it came out this morning, I thought it was a joke.
Same here.
And I don't mean a joke like,
they
I
gotta
thought
be
it
kidding.
was like fake news or, yeah, I thought it was a BS post, like fake news or something, because I was like, what? Richard Sherman? No way.
And so, and I
He
saw
never
through
gets in
two different
trouble.
sources. And you know, I said, oh, okay, well, Bleacher Report, ESPN, these guys don't put out that kind of crap as a joke.
Well, the first person I saw it from was like 49er Grams or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes they put out joke stuff, like, you know what I mean, stuff that's not real.
Yeah.
So I was like, but then when Adam Scheffner reported, I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's real.
Yeah, because Adam's not going to tarnish his reputation coming up with no clowning. So yeah. Oh, Denise, we're gonna have to wait though. They're not going to let him out to make any statements, and no lawyer's going to say anything until they comes out of custody. So.
Supposedly Thursday.
Oh, he's got to wait until
He's
next
supposed to
week.
go. Supposedly he doesn't see a judge till Thursday.
Ooh. Oh, wait. No, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so that's.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
I thought you meant next Thursday. Say, oh, poor Rich. But anyway, tomorrow, yeah, good. Don't make him wait forever.
And by the way, just on a quick side note, did you see on Twitter that someone, I don't know who reported it, I didn't look at it that closely, they're like, the 49ers are the most overrated team.
Oh, yeah, I saw that article. That's been out for a while, and they, yeah. You know, writers don't have anything to do at this time of the year, so you do things like that just to draw attention. It's okay. It made me mad when I read it too. The Raider fans must have enjoyed it.
I was like, God,
Hawks.
I'm like, we get no love.
Rams.
No love.
Yeah, we're always in the news for things that are not good most of the time. Denise, so good to hear from you. Hey, Denise, let's hopefully, you got to check, man. The season's starting to start anyway, so you got to see you Friday if you get a chance or you got time.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks, Ronbo. It was nice talking to you again.
And say hi to your dog, because he's probably walking you. He says, I wouldn't be out here. She wants to be out here. Hi, Denise.
Yeah, hey, 4 miles a day.
Oh, look at you. All right, go Denise. Wow. All right. And in Arizona, too. She's getting a huge round of applause.
Right?
All right, Denise. Keep it up.
All right, Ronbo.
See you
Much
Friday.
love. Talk to you later.
Back at you, fam.
All right.
There she goes, the first and only lady of TNT, Denise Guerrero. Hermano Ronbo, 17-0 plus Super Bowl gold night. Look at Guerrero rhyming, man. Oh, God. Hey, we got there's Guerrero again. Hey, Ronbo, it's 100 degrees in the desert. I know. And can you, Death Valley, I don't want to feel it, but I'd like to hear from somebody who says 130 degrees. Ooh, Bakersfield, California, SoCal, LA. I've experienced 110 before, but we was screaming and hollering about that. You couldn't get from point A to point B. Your car was outside. You ran to it. Get in. Oh, God. Oh, the seats is hot. The Turn it. You see, oh, you stand out the car a minute because the heat is so hot. I mean, that's 130. Forget about it. You ain't going nowhere. Stay in the house. Hey, Charles. You ain't heard from Charles in like forever, man. Charles. I bet you one thing. Nobody has plastic seat covers living in those kind of conditions. You can kill yourself. Well, and Big Show knows what I'm talking about when I say heat. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Hey, Show, are you still in Bakersfield, California, where I was born?
I was born there too, and
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse, Ronbo, burning your hand on a frying pan or burning your hand on your steering wheel when you forget to put your windshield cover up on your car.
Oh,
they're equivalent.
Tell you, and if you don't leave your windows cracked, you forgot, and went to bed with those windows turned all the way up, look out that back glass. My dad did that. I laughed. I got in trouble, but I said, the windows. It's amazing how it breaks. It looks like a mosaic. The whole back window's cracked from the intense heat and pressure in the car. Mom's, of course.
A quick little story for you. Yeah. Before I got my new car this year, last year I went all summer without no AC driving in this heat. Ooh. It was brutal.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness! And I had a black car too. Ronbo, that to make matters worse.
And rolling the window down means nothing, but the hot air is just going to move
doesn't help
faster.
At all. No.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to hear you got a new car.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Yeah, same. I'm glad too. But yeah, so
Sherman 10.5 over under.
I'm not gonna comment on Sherman's situation right now because that's a little unfair. But as far as our season, we need to focus on our season right now.
True.
As far as our season goes, health is a huge issue, Ronbo, with us. It always is.
Every year.
It never fails. We're gonna have players that are gonna get injured this year. Unfortunately, but I gotta keep it real. I mean, but if the injuries are not as serious as they were last year, to where everyone was out pretty much all season, if they're only like 2 to 3 week injuries, then I have us winning over 10 games. I put in the little contribution that I made to you earlier that I have us going 11-6 this year. So, which is a weird number to say. I really wish they would have kept the numbers. That irks me a little bit.
That's 10-5 from what we've been through with 11-6. And Show, you mentioned that about the injuries. We have an extra game to endure. As soon as they did that, I says, I don't know about an extra game. It's not a playoff game. What if somebody gets hurt in that 17th week? The wrong person. So, you get all worried and scared.
Yeah. I mean, we just have to prepare ourselves because that's the nature of the game. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say I don't want to jinx myself because it's going to happen. We just have to prepare ourselves. As long as it's not a serious injury, we'll be fine.
I know.
The good thing about this year's draft is we drafted a lot of depth, really good depth. So we're not top heavy like most teams. Rams.
That's true. That is true, and we got more running backs than anything. The only thing we're kind of scarce at is a corner.
We drafted a quarterback. That's 10,000 times better than C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins combined.
Right.
Behind Jimmy Garoppolo. So we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah. And you know what? I got a feeling you got the motivation. Sudfeld, I don't see him beating Rosen out, actually. So we actually have probably 3 guys that can run that team. If one goes down, we'll be fine. If 2 go down, we might be fine. Oh, now, harsh thought. Take it back. I never said it. God. So, you're right. The depth is great on this team this year, except for the corners. You see Dante Johnson out in the field.
We drafted really 2 good corners that are ahead of Dante Johnson.
I just hope
I'm not even worried about Dante Johnson. Dante Johnson's pretty much just
a
there.
Placeholder.
He's like a mole.
You know what somebody said?
He's just there.
Yeah, everybody's saying 53-man roster. Don't we get 55 this year?
It's 55. Yeah, it's 55 this year. Ever since we've added a new game and took away a playoff game, took away a preseason game, they've added a couple more players to our roster this year, so it's 55 instead of 53.
Yeah. Because everybody keeps saying down to the 53. No. We need those 2 other spots because they're going to be crucial when it comes time to keep who you're going to keep and who you're going to let go. Because 17 weeks of football, that one game could mean a whole lot of trouble. So, yeah.
And given the way Kyle was talking during that podcast earlier the last week, Ronbo,
flying coach.
When the trade deadline comes, do you think we'll trade for anybody? I mean, given that money is no object, according to Kyle.
Well, see, that's.
I'm
glad you brought that up. I agree. What is Kyle talking like? He's got all kind of money to spend. Yeah, I'm just upset because I couldn't get to the Matthew Stafford deal. Or if you guys would have went after Julio, I was going to be in there like quick. And Kyle, be in there quick with what? You got money to sign Julio? Then why don't you just sign? Oh, we had to discuss it on Twitter, didn't we? Why did you sign Julio anyway? Then.
Yeah. Say for example, we go after a corner. The Dolphins or Xavier Howard. The Dolphins are not extending his contract. He's 28 years old. He's not, and he's pretty much towards the latter part of his career now. So if it were to cost like a mid-round pick to get him,
you got to compensate the Vikings. Or not the Vikings. Where is he coming from?
The Dolphins. Xavier Howard, a cornerback.
Yeah, wasn't he with the Vikings before? And the same guy?
I don't know. Honestly,
wait a minute. I'm thinking about somebody else. Okay, Okay,
Xavier Howard.
I saw his name. I forgot where he came from in Miami. Okay, is he good?
If it costs a 4th or a 5th round, he has a PFF score of 82 right now, so he's really good.
Cap casualty in Miami, I guess they got cornerbacks better than that. That's special.
I believe. Yeah. And if it costs us a 4th or a 5th round pick, would you pull the trigger on it?
Yeah. Because
I mean, if that's the only issue that we have this year,
we need some solid.
Yeah,
because I don't know. I like our cornerbacks we drafted, but I don't know how good they're going to do. Because, you and I both know, cornerbacks in their first year, unless your name is Lattimore, you're probably going to struggle a bit in the first year. Cornerbacks in particular, they get better.
I think that would get us over 10.5 definitely. Yeah. Should we add another defense or cornerback in our backfield, given that a lot of our guys are only on 1-year deals and Xavier, so, and I really don't feel like the Patriots can get a draft pick out of anybody for N'Keal Harry, so he's probably going to be cut. So that would be a good depth piece to pick up too if they just cut him, So
you watched N'Keal Harry. Does he have a drop issue? I was reading a thread. People were discussing Harry. Says, man, we don't need no more receivers with drop issues. I said, Harry has drop issues?
No, the only issue he had was trouble getting separated. And Bill Belichick is not known for drafting receivers or developing them. He's horrible at that. N'Keal Harry never had drop issues. He just had getting separation. And Kyle can do that. Right, Kyle can fix that right away.
You don't put him in a position where he's got to get you because he's a big, strong guy. He's my first down guy I drop off into the end zone type of guy. See what we can do with him there. So
right, exactly. Red zone and slot. He would be perfect in the slot and red zone. So I mean, those are the 2 names to look out for. Should the Dolphins get? I mean, we made deals with the Dolphins just recently, so. Why not make another one, to come to trade deadline this year?
Yeah, because Gilmore says, hey, people can calm down. I'm not looking to get traded. This guy's funny. What? I thought you were mad.
Gilmore's a little bit older, though. I'd rather have somebody a little bit younger like Howard. So
yeah, I agree. So all right, Joe. Good stuff. And
yeah, for sure. All right.
Looking to your Friday.
You have a good night.
You too.
Shout out to the TNT fam.
Thanks, man.
All right, take care.
Night, Joe. There he goes. And Gil Harry, that's pretty funny. Guy was just like the people's choice coming out of school, and now all of a sudden he's like possibly going to be out in the streets, back on the street again. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we ain't talked to you in so long, and In fact, with the last conversation we had, I believe you was making me laugh about Dante Pettis. It's been that long.
Nah, well, no, it ain't been that long. You know,
I know Dante's been
I've
gone a
been,
long time.
yeah, he's been gone a long time. We were talking about something. I think it's probably been May since I've been
Ah,
on the
okay.
line, but
Yeah.
I've been, I get on here and I wait,
Mm.
and I wait for about 2 hours.
Oh,
So it's
see
not, it's
that
not that I've stayed away. It's just that oftentimes it's kind of hard to
it
catch
wears
me.
you out waiting. It's understandable. We
Yeah,
do get you do get backups on phone calls sometimes. Well, I'm glad you hung on there today, Charles.
yeah.
You know, you've got insights that I bet have something to say about Rich, and also Charles. The over under 10.5. Vegas is saying 10.5 Niners. Y'all do less than that. You can consider yourself a complete fail. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna first comment on Richard Sherman. I know what it's like, dealing with being a professional in a certain profession,
Mm,
and you can't do that particular task anymore. It's been a part of your life since you were a kid, and it's giving you glory on top of glory on top of glory. Now, it's the off season. OTAs have come, and it's the summer, and you can't do what you love to do. It's depressing. It's demoralizing. And if you don't have a buffer, if you don't have something else that you love to do in place of it, then you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna start acting out. It's just on. It's just we're seeing this act in open view, and a- it's really not good for him. And so I hate to see Richard Sherman go through this. Even if he wasn't a minor, I hate to see anybody go through the situation in lieu of what all he's possibly going through. So that's how I see this situation with him. He I've been through it when I got out of the army the first time, and it's a huge shocker, man. It's very depressing, and if you don't have somebody there to talk to, if you don't have somebody else strong there to talk to, that's been down the road, then then you're gonna end up in situations like this. But I one of the things that I think will happen after this, the people, ex football players, they're probably gonna give him a call, and
ah, it's
they're gonna
true.
surround him. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna surround him, and they're gonna be there for him. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Oh, you
They're
you.
probably gonna,
Oh, J Dub, Kwaski,
yeah,
Mosley, even what's his name that got in trouble with us before he left. Reuben Foster's probably already trying to get in.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Sure meant a lot to a lot of ball players.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
right. There's gonna be a huge
yeah,
crowd at that courtroom.
yeah. Well, it's gonna be. I'm not just talking about 49 football. I'm talking, Seahawks, ex football players and current football players.
Yeah.
They're gonna be there. You're gonna see it, man, and they're gonna be there for him. And he's gonna come back from this. He's probably got Seattle aficionados. They're probably reaching out to him right now, just trying to
Mm.
figure out how they can help him out. So I believe
I mean, even Russell Wilson,
whenever
who
yeah
who
whenever
who,
you
who him
whenever
and Rich
yeah
didn't get
yeah
along
yeah
that well, but
yeah
yeah.
yeah whenever you see a player like of his caliber in trouble, the one of the things the first thing they're gonna see, we may not see it, but the first thing they're gonna see how many people love him, and how many people they'll hire. I'm telling people, come out the woodworks whenever people love you, and so I think that's what's going to happen with him. Nobody, people are not going to leave him in his situation, and he's going to get the counseling he needs, and he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to talk about this and tell other people about it. So I believe that's what's going to happen.
And he didn't really do anything. Simply people get banned from the NFL. I don't know if this is in the category that you would ban a player for life. I mean, Rich did some things that he wasn't beating any women. there was no sexual misconduct. Rich might be, he determined that he's getting attention now, and doctors have prescribed him medication. He should be okay. He's stable.
Yeah.
Rich may be still allowed back into football. He's too colorful of a person to just block from the NFL. So
Yeah. He's not going to get blocked. The NFL, they're going to assess what's going on with him, and he's not going to get blocked. But, it's him not being on the team right now is because of his age. I mean, he's lost a step or two, and it was evident in his gameplay when he came back last year. But so that's the reason why he's not on the team right now. It's not because
that's it, and that might be working him mentally too. Yeah.
And he's lost a step or two, and he got. I remember last year he got burned a few times when when that was really unexpected, but it happens. But that's the reason why he's not playing right now. But you know it's like I said,
Sherman, with his mentality, though, I'm surprised that he's not taking this all in stride. There's no shame in leaving the game just because of the fact that you may, it's just your time. You don't play unless you're Tom Brady in your 40s. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So no point getting mad at yourself about that and getting crazy. I mean, I'd like to know the whole story of what's bothering him.
Yeah, I know.
But real quick, fam.
I know because what.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know because what the media says and what the wife says is totally different than what he's gonna say. So when he gets out of jail and when he does a press conference and when he delivers a message to the media, we're gonna realize what actually happened, and
he'll explain it. I'm looking forward to his explanation.
Yeah, he'll explain it. It'd be me too. But I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go 12, and I think we're gonna go at least 12, 13 games. Yeah,
13,
I don't
4.
think we're gonna go 10.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like that because teams they don't expect the 49ers to be good, and I think we will be good
every year.
I think we're gonna be better than what they expect. I think we're gonna be better than what they expect us to be. I'm telling you.
Usually is the case unless we take ourselves out one player at a time. That ain't happening this year, though, Charles. Charles, good to hear from you. I'm going to be back Friday, and can we see you then? Hopefully we can get you in before too long, boy.
Okay, what I'm going to try to get to. I'm going to try to get in and talk to you.
All right, be looking forward to that. Appreciate you, Charles.
All right, love you, Ronbo.
Hey,
all right,
love you back to you, fam. All right, have a good night. There goes Charles. I'm talking to him. Well, he used to make me laugh so hard about Dante Pettis. Uh-oh, it's Jamal. Jamal.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, my brother?
Oh, fantastic, Jamal. As we get closer to the season, now it's go time. It's fun.
Yes,
fun,
it is go time.
Yep.
Oh, no, they are here that see that you and Big Show are from Bakersfield, California. That just reminded me.
Oh, it's hot.
I know. I'm watching the Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and as he's getting introduced, Damian Killian said, "The Butcher of Bakersfield." As soon as you said Baker, I don't know, Ron, but that just. As a matter of fact, my brother, I'm going to watch that tonight.
I gotta go watch that movie, The Running Man. I can't remember. That's such a long time ago. That's an older movie, right?
Yeah, that's like 1987.
Right. I couldn't remember that line, but that's hilarious. The Butcher of Bakersfield from Bakersfield. What was that? What was it? How did the Butcher from Bakersfield? The Bakersfield Butcher.
Yeah, no. He said the Butcher of Bakersfield. He said they're trying to frame him.
Big Show, I got a new name for you, man. I'm gonna refer to Butcher. I'm gonna refer to Big Show as the Butcher of Bakersfield from now on. Big Show, the Butcher of Bakersfield, as he walks down the aisle, going into the ring. He's throwing fireballs up in the air and juggling them, throwing them at the fans.
Oh my God,
Jamal! Hey, but we got the 10-5 thing at Richard Sherman. If you got any thoughts you want to share about poor Sherman,
Yeah, about Sherman, just keep him prayed up with him and his family. I know he's going through a little rough patch, knowing that he's getting older. This happens to all the best. You can ask the GOAT wide receiver, Jerry Rice, and Joe Montana, Steve Young. And then to get to the fact where you're getting older, it's just coming to an end. He had a great career, though, especially in Seattle.
God.
Then he was terrorizing all of us, and we appreciate the time he spent with us the last few years.
First ballot Hall of Fame. That's a career.
Yeah, just keep him praying up. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
And as far as the 10, I said we still go over 10. I think we could at least get 13 wins.
Tell you. Because the schedule is already laid out. There's a few games that could be surprises, but for the most part, none of those teams should be able to stand up against the 49ers defense, number one. And what people don't understand about that offense, that offense has been together for a while now. Look out.
Right.
So you talk about playing fast and furious. That's going to be interesting. So, yeah. 11, 12, 13.
Talking about 4th of July every Sunday.
Shouldn't be difficult. Like I say, the league is not. There's not that many scary teams on the schedule. So.
No, it's not. Do we have Atlanta on our schedule?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wow.
I know, right? Well, that's we could lose 3 or 4. Derrick Henry, Jamel. Derrick Henry.
Oh boy.
I really wish we could find a way to get him on the 49ers. I don't like having to play against. I've never seen a man running down the field at full speed, take a grown-ass man, grab him, turn him around, throw him out in front of you, and use him to block. Earl Thomas, I don't think he's been the same since then. Oh, he abused Earl. My God.
Ronbo, that is a big John stud of a man, boy. My God. He on the field, I said, what is... My goodness. Damn. What are you eating?
Whoa.
He eating, folks.
Gotta be. And when he gets ready to go out and train, Derek runs up in the mountains waiting for lions or something to walk by us so he can wrestle with them for a few minutes. It's only good training he can get. This dude is like, Derrick Henry's a myth. He's going to go down and they're going to be making up stories about Derrick Henry 50 years from now. There was Big John Henry and there was Big Derrick Henry. And there is reason to believe that they were related. My God. So I don't want...
Hey, Derrick Henry. Yeah, Derrick Henry, a.k.a. Juggernaut.
And we got to play him at the end of the season.
Oh, boy. Are we at home?
No, I think that's the one we got to go to Derek's house.
Oh, boy.
Maybe we could just play the second stringers. If we have the division, but just let everybody, let Josh Rosen can start. Start all your second stringers. The defensive line, tie Nick up in the locker room, him and Fred Warner, because they're both going to be, what? No. Hey, I'll be fine. What are you doing? We're going to put you here for your own good. No, let me play, man. Make them sit down, man. Y'all can't play. No. Trent Williams, it's going to be hard to make Trent sit down because he'll kick somebody's behind trying to stop him from going out of the field. I don't know. I just don't want to play Derrick Henry. The rest of Tennessee, I ain't scared of, right? Derrick Henry. God. We'll be fine. Jamel, we can whoop him.
We'll be fine, Ronbo. Don't you worry.
And we ain't going to get injured. Because Jimmy Ward.
No, we're not going to get injured. No.
Dub doesn't care how big you are. He'll wrap you up. Dub, you can't wrap up Derrick Henry. Jimmy, you saw what happened to Earl Thomas. Stay out of the way of that truck driving down the road. Man.
Oh, and man, I got to watch that interview with him and Grant Cohn. I didn't see it yet, but I heard y'all talking about it the other night.
It's hilarious. You got it. it's Grant's most. That's got to be the best interview ever. I loved it. That was funny. So do
And
watch. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I'm going to unsubscribe to his channel because he's a fake fan anyway. So.
Well, he's doing what he does to get the attention he wants to get. But you know what? That interview is hot, and and Jimmy's just all kinds of entertainment. You learn some things about Jimmy you never even realize. Funny about him. Love that dude. But Jamel,
me too.
Tell you what
yes,
I'm doing. I'm glad to hear you feeling all right. I'm gonna see you Friday.
I'm doing good, man.
All right.
I'll see you Friday.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, I ain't lying, fam. I do not want nothing to do with Derrick Henry. It ain't, that is just, that's that, man, we had dudes like that in high school, man. We used to, make jokes before the week came. Y'all better put some extra pads on, man. Because, it ain't going to help none. Stay out that, we used to words that I can't repeat. But, because you ain't going to be able to, man. You hit him, man. If you see anything but his shoelaces, you will already screwed up. So watch yourself. Elvis. O-E.
Hey, Ronbo, can you come right back to me, fam?
E-L-L. Ellis, we'll do that. See you in a few.
Thank you, fam.
All right.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
No problem. Ellis is he's probably busy with the kids. We don't be able to. Jay, is this the same Jay, or is that Big Rig Jay? Who is this? Jay! Jay, come on in, Jay, Jay! Boy, it's late night, people be sitting there waiting on us. I understand that, you know what I'm saying? So, who else can we wake up? Area code 786. Who is that on 786? Hello?
Hey, is that me, Ronbo?
That is you, if you're 786, and you must be.
Okay.
What is your name?
Yes, sir. This is my first time calling in. This is Joel.
What's it, Jarrell?
Yeah, Kaepernick Russell.
Oh, Joel, Joel Kaepernick Russell. Joel, yeah, I've seen you on online and on the chat. Joel, man, come on in, man, and share with us, man. It's like we're talking about 10.5 over or under, as Vegas has already had us down. The betting line is out there if people want to go out and place their money. And of course, if you have any feelings you want to share about poor Sherm that lost it all of a sudden,
Oh man.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
That's sad. That whole Richard Sherman
Insane,
thing.
Crazy.
Sad. Yeah, just prayers to him, and hopefully he gets the help he needs.
And we assume that, don't we? We assume Rich is in need of some kind of help because it's totally out of character, right? I just hope that Sherman's had tangents like this before, but maybe didn't go this far. Sherman's a very high-strung individual. He may have done some other crazy things, but just not to this level. We're going to find out probably in a couple of days. But go ahead, fam. Sorry.
Yeah, and I seen a tweet on Twitter that said, how it doesn't add up, and it was like, the whole ditching the car thing, and he was like, well, what if his wife or one of those family members had his car and abandoned it in the parking lot, and he showed up to the house like, yo, what you guys do to my car? And then they called the police on him, So I don't know.
Wow. Anything's possible. We're just getting reports as the reporters give them. They don't probably know everything that's going on. But Sherm's got to sit in jail and wait till his court date. And Denise just called in and said his court date's set for tomorrow. So we'll see. God, what is the judge going to do?
Don't have too much time. I'm actually trying to get to bed. I'm a truck driver and I'm on my 10-hour break. But
so it's big,
I know how you always do these calls with a topic and stuff. But I did want to talk about something that you did a couple of videos back, like last week.
You can do
about
that.
the whole Stafford and Kyle Shanahan and stuff.
No problem.
Yes. So I had an analogy about that. Like, so Kyle Shanahan, you know how he was hyping up like Matthew Stafford and all this stuff. I think he's just trying to hype up Sean McVay because so Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's like best friends with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And so he had this script because they're always in competition with each other with who's trying to make the best movies and stuff.
And this goes back years.
But they're like best friends.
Yeah.
And so Arnold Schwarzenegger had this movie he was supposed to do, and he shows up to the studio, and he gets the script and everything, and he's like, "This is a shit movie." I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's
but,
okay.
So he doesn't like the script. He's like, "This is terrible." So he takes it over to Sylvester Stallone and acts like he actually likes it. He's like, "Yo, you see this movie I'm about to make? Like, this is going to be a big hit." And Sylvester's like, "I can't let him have this." So he shows up and he asks the director, like, "Let me have this movie."
Hey, I remember that little fiasco. What movie was that? It wasn't Terminator, because Arnold took that one.
No.
Oh, what was that movie?
I'm not sure what the movie was.
Because you know what? So funny because
it was an interview that Arnold did on like a talk show where he told this story. It was so funny, but I think that's what Kyle really does.
I can't believe it was Rambo. But can you imagine Schwarzenegger as Rambo? That would have been hot. That would have been. I mean, Stallone did an awesome job, but Arnold would have did an awesome job too. So you know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if that made any sense. I think
no. I see what you're talking about. You're saying, you know, it's like you look at like your rival, and you go over and say, you know what? If I'd have known that you were going after Stafford, I mean, I tried to get involved, and they told me that nothing was going to go down until the next day. So I just went to bed. So you know, I'm laughing at the whole thing. I'm saying, you know, Kyle. So you did have extra money, and then he goes on to tell him, as you're saying, if you guys would have got involved with the Julio situation, I'd have been all over that. Kyle, you okay? So anything the Rams were going to do, you was getting ready to get involved, huh? Okay. And then I got a little heated because I said, well, Kyle, you know what? Even if you get Stafford, why didn't you go ahead and get Julio if you could then? No matter who was going after him. So Kyle might be talking trash. You might be right.
Yeah. And you know, Kyle's always like one step ahead of everyone else.
Anyway, right? So how did he not know that they were going after Stafford? And Julio? Kyle, come on, man. You knew who they weren't going to get Julio. They didn't. The Rams don't have a dime. They can't even afford to play people they've cut loose from years ago. They got to pay for Stafford over in Detroit. The Rams have more bills than the State Department. You know, I mean, it's really ridiculous.
You know, I think we might be coming up on the same problems, Ronbo.
Well, not as severe.
They're talking about all the players that we're gonna have to. They're all trying to earn big contracts this year. You know?
Oh God, Joel, don't go there. Yeah, because next we got all those one-year contracts. We're gonna
Lakin Tomlinson.
Everybody almost.
Payday, you know?
I mean, Jimmy's going to be
Ross
gone
Dwelly.
because you got to use his contract to get some other players. You mentioned Lakin Tomlinson, Kwaski T. We got to sign
Jason
Fred.
Red.
Yeah, I mean, God, man, names I can't even. The list is long. So.
Yeah.
Joel,
we'll be all right though.
Can you imagine?
You know.
The reporters all over us. The 49ers, after winning the Super Bowl, now can look into the future and see nothing but blackness as everybody's left. Jimmy Garoppolo has been traded. They got a first-round draft pick for him because of the fact they won the Super Bowl, but that was it. And they're not going to draft pick, and that was a 2022 draft pick, 2021, 2023. The 49ers have no pick. And also, Fred Warner is threatening to walk out unless the 49ers meet his demands. And the 49ers had over 13 players with one-year contracts.
I don't even want to think about that,
Ronbo. We go back to 2014. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
No, I know this won't happen, but what I really want
Not
to happen.
Joking.
I know it's not, but I really want Jimmy G to be the starter for the next 2 seasons.
Oh, God. Well, you know what? Somebody told me yesterday that Jed York has already said if the 49ers win the Super Bowl this year, he's not going to let Jimmy leave. I don't know where that came from. I already said that would put the 49ers in a very precarious situation. The majority of fans, other than ones just out and out just really hate Jimmy, they're going to balk on that. 49ers getting rid of him. We just won a Super Bowl, now you're going to get rid of him? So, I could see where that could be a problem.
That's
It's
where
going
it
to be
really
interesting to
puts them in
see.
this situation now. So, we'll never have, there's never a good time to start Trey Lance. When do you start?
I don't know. That's going to be...
I would like to see Jimmy start for 2 seasons and just let Trey develop like Aaron Rodgers did under Favre. I think he was under Favre for 3 years.
At least. Jimmy was under Brady for 4, or damn near 4.
Yeah.
And then you get the guy,
But
Jordan Love.
Frank Cohen, he keeps... I'm sorry.
No, I was going to mention one more guy. Jordan Love's over in Green Bay. So...
Yeah.
But what were you going to say? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Frank Cohen's always saying, I think those days are over where you, develop for 3 years under a quarterback. You look like Russell Wilson started as a rookie, Lamar, and Pat Mahomes only 1 year under Alex Smith. So.
Yeah, it's unusual now, especially a first-round quarterback.
If they have all that talent and raw athleticism, just let them play,
Yeah. And usually those guys get drafted, you're really good quarterbacks on the first round, they get drafted to just crap teams that didn't have any choice. But that's why you get so many first-round busts as far as quarterbacks go, because they come to crap teams. Now, in this case, this is a good situation for Trey, because he's not coming to a crap team. But you look over in the Jets, and also Drew, what's his name over in Jacksonville? Those guys are, man.
That's a bad one to Jacksonville for sure. I don't see Jets as that crap of a situation. I think Robert Saleh and his staff will have them ready. I like some of their wide receivers too. Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. How about the offensive line?
Is that his name? Oh no, I think it's Panthers.
I'm not sure. All I know is the Jets' offensive line. Sam Darnold damn near had to get some extra insurance policies. They were just beating him into the dirt right and left. They didn't really address that. They got a couple of guys, but what's his name? Zach is going to have to be on his mule the whole game. Trevor's already told people, I've got another life. I mean, football's not all I'm about, Trevor's already making it clear. Listen, if I get my brains beat out and I decide to quit football after 1 year, I'm telling you right now, I'm more than just a football player. I don't blame you, Trevor. It's just the game. There's no point in losing your life out here. If they don't have an offensive line to protect you, just tell the coach, listen, coach, I may have made a bad decision. What's that? I'm not sure if I want to play football I don't know if I want to play for this team. How about that? We're not trading you, Trevor. You're a first-round pick. I love to see some of the conversations go on between really high-profile players and their coaches. Because, when you're at a certain level, you do say anything you want to your coach pretty much. I bet it's comedy material. Oh, God. Joel, I mean, you know what? It's great meeting you, man. We're sitting here taking up all your time with jokes. We got to go. I'll look for you Friday, though.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So, you every time callers call in, you know who it is. So, do you just save the number or something?
Yeah, your ID will say, your number will say, and then we'll go ahead and put we'll put you down for that's Joel Cap. All right, fam. Looking forward. See you later.
All right. Thank you, Ronbo. And Niners are going 17-0.
Oh, somebody finally said it.
Bang,
yes,
bang,
yes. Joel.
Let's go, Ronbo.
Stuff, fam.
All right, thank you,
love
man.
it.
We'll
you have a
talk to
great
you
night.
later. You have a great night.
Looking forward. Bye, fam. And there's the Hawks fan, one of the most generous guys I've ever seen in my life. Thanks, Hawks. And let me see what he said here. This is for the hate my fellow NFL constituents spew. Guys, you guys. Well, I'm sure they're not talking to you like that. We've got some other guys in there that roll under the same moniker that Hawks fan, Seahawks. They come in and they intentionally like the going back and forth. But you carry yourself with a certain level of class that you should not draw that kind of attention. So, guys, don't be hating on Seahawks. He's a good guy. He doesn't start anything either. He just says what's going on. It's Tony, Atlanta. Tony!
Ronbo, what's going on with you?
Well, Tony, we're sitting here looking around like you and everybody else in the NFL, reading about something that was totally out of character. Would not believe it. I still don't know what to think about it. I'm waiting for Richard Sherman to come out and explain what he did. He's that kind of a guy. Sherman will own up to anything that goes on. I just know it. So after his court date and gets out on bail, I'm sure he's going to go right to the podium and say things. And I don't know what to expect, but I know Sherman. He'll go ahead and man up. So that's a pretty bad situation there. So, yeah.
Yeah. I hope it's not a family thing where, how family could be, Ronbo, when one person has money.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that because if his wife says that she's safe and the kid's safe, I have to believe her. But like you said, we'll find out within the next 24 hours just what went on in this bizarre situation.
Tony, it's like when she was calling 911, poor thing, she was frantic. And it took the lady a long time to get her to say who she was talking about. Was there anybody involved in the fighting or anything? And then all of a sudden you hear Sherman's voice saying something, and she says she said something about, I guess it was the keys or something. It's right where you. I said, I don't know. I understand you call 911, but you need to get up and see if you can hold him back. And she kept yelling at him to calm down. Said Sherman was out of control. Him and the uncle was going at it, I guess. You're right.
Oh, so you, I didn't know anything about that. So you heard the 911 call?
Yeah, I heard that. It's a very eerie thing to listen to. She's all nervous. The 911 operator's trying to get her to calm down, trying to ask her questions, and she finally says, "It's Richard Sherman. This is his wife. I'm Ashley, and he's Richard Kevin Sherman." And he's claiming to want to. I think he's going to harm himself. She went on and on. Listen to the conversation. It's like, whoa, this is like watching a movie that's like freaking you out. Man. So yeah.
So she didn't say anything about him harming her.
No, she didn't come at her. He made no. He did not harm one or even begin to threaten. She was trying to stop him from running out of the house. And I guess the uncle was too.
Was he arguing with his uncle? Was he arguing with his uncle?
Apparently, the uncle's probably trying to keep him in the house because he was drunk. Sherman drank down a whole bottle of Hennessy and a bottle of vodka, according to the report. So he was three sheets into the wind, right? So he went out and jumped in the car, started driving down the road, crashed into something, and Sherman left the car. I'm trying to understand, how did he get where he was going in that condition? Where the police met him at is still sketchy in my mind. I don't get it. We're gonna find. I guess we'll find out more later.
That's his heart, man. He's. I hope he's not suffering from one of those
CTE?
Football illnesses.
CTE.
CTE or anything.
That's it.
Maybe the man needs some help.
Oh, plain clearly. When your mind goes off into that distance, there's somebody needs to. You need to talk.
Hennessy and vodka? Oh, come on. That's a deadly combination.
And I don't even like vodka, but I don't know how anybody drinks it, but I'm going to drink a whole bottle of it.
No, that's what it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And, because all the pundits are already out. Oh, another black player beating on his wife. We don't know all the facts.
I know, you know.
So that's not for anybody to say.
And the broadcast said ex-wife. I said, Ashley came out and said, no, we are still married, So, and Tony, address that, though. Really, it is something that does concern me about the black athlete. even though it's a stigma it's a generalization that does not need to be made. People don't need to be hollering that every time it comes out. But what worries me is the fact of the matter is I don't hear about any other people doing that.
Oh, it happens. You just don't hear about it.
It doesn't get reported.
Yeah. I remember reading a Sports Illustrated article years ago about the NHL, these hockey players on cocaine stupors and this and that with strippers. I'm like, well, how come this story never hit ESPN or any of the networks? You know, it was something I was just reading in Sports Illustrated. So I don't know.
We had a fullback. God, how long has it been since he left? We had a fullback. Oh, now his name slips me. Anyway, we had a fullback that went berserk, drunk, went to, I think it looked like a hotel room, and he beat up this old guy and beat up his son. Fam, what was that fullback?
Yeah, they ought to do an evaluation on Richard Sherman after this court thing with a doctor and give him some help and see what's going on.
Yeah. You know, because Richard Sherman's I hope the NFL doesn't just put him out, you know, because the man is, the NFL needs Richard Sherman. Yeah, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Sherman's
dude, he went to Stanford. You know, he works hard. You get to where he is. He's a smart dude.
And he's like that kind of personality that you don't want to, the NFL doesn't want to remove him. You want to put him in a position where that personality could be on display more often. I thought Richard Sherman would be awesome in the booth somewhere. Bruce Miller's who I was talking about. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, Bruce Miller lost his mind a few years ago with the 49ers, and he got kicked out. But Sherman would be great in the booth. I'll put him up there with Tony, the Dallas
Romo.
Cowboys. Yeah, Romo. Him and Romo would be hilarious together. I can just see him
Tony
now.
Romo's a better announcer than he was a quarterback.
I know, right? But can you see Tony and Rich getting into it? Yeah. Tony, I said it reminds me of you and me, don't it?
Yeah.
Remember I picked you off in that game? Oh, God, that'd be
But you know what, Ronbo? Like you were talking to a couple other callers. Let's wait till we get all the facts. We'll find out more in 24 hours, and then we'll go from there. And I just hope NFL teams don't give up on them because of this. Because, you know, I just hope it wasn't a family Ronbo. I know how you know how families are.
Yeah. Things can get out of hand.
I just hope it wasn't that type of thing, you know.
Yeah. It was the uncle was involved in an altercation.
See what happens.
Yeah, I think him and the uncle were getting at it because she kept hollering at him. I guess that was at the point that they was going at it. The uncle must be a bad dude. Rich is big. If it lasted any length of time, I give the uncle credit. But she was yelling at him to stop, and that must have been the point. The uncle's trying to keep him going outside. He got away. He got into his car. And that's when all hell broke loose. So, but he wasn't trying. He came. He came nowhere near his wife physically. He wasn't going to hurt her, not at all. So,
hey Ronbo, I know the time is up, but I want to say, people, hit the likes button. Hit the likes. Hit the likes. There's only 92 likes. There's only 151 people in the chat. That is unacceptable. Hit the likes button. This is the best of all time.
Thanks. Thanks, Tony. I really appreciate that, Tony. I'll be back Friday. Let's get together for some more around the league stuff that's fun and talk about the Falcons and 49ers next time a bit too.
And I'll have Colin Cowherd's NFC picks. His AFC picks today, I'll just say he has New England at 9-8, missing the playoffs, and he has the Tennessee Titans at 8-9, missing the playoffs. He's got the LA Chargers in. We'll talk more about it on Friday. He's doing the NFC tomorrow.
Yes. And about Mahomes' apologies he said, I wasn't throwing no shade at Herbert, y'all. I got all respect in the world for him.
You gotta be funny, man. He cracks me up. You know, his personality. He's good for TV and radio, but I don't take him seriously.
You know what, though? In NFL, you got to know, whatever you say to the media people, be careful. They're going to put that, they're going to plaster it up. You know, it's hilarious.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, we'll see you. See you Friday.
I'll see you Friday.
All right. Night, Tony.
All right, take it easy.
You too. Here goes T and L.
Ronbo.
Ellis, it's
Sure.
a night. It's a night where you and Ellis, I know you can feel it too, because Ellis, being a man who's got children that look up and depend on you for all kinds of things, and I'm feeling for Sherm, because there's Sherm. You know, I don't know how old his kids are, but man, it's always rough on the kids, these things. But Sherm had an episode. And also, Sherman, that's your feelings on that. And also, and you do know about that, right? I imagine by now. Also, 10-5, 10.5 is the floor on the 49ers 2021 season. Your input on that as well. What are you thinking?
Oh man, 10.5 is kind of weak to me, man. I'm looking at 12, 13 minimum, 14 max. You know.
Mm-hmm. That's a good bar.
So
that's a good margin.
That's how I'm feeling.
14,
12, 13 minimum, and yeah.
Because you got to figure,
more
you're
than
going to
maybe
lose to a
14.
team that you're not supposed to lose to. You got to add that into the equation, like we did that year against the Falcons. When you got of all people running to the sideline, all you need to do is get a first down. The game's over. GK throws the ball out of bounds. Oh no, George! He never makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Okay, can't even get mad.
He tried to turn the corner without that ball.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah, he tried to turn upfield.
We still got to where we're supposed to go. He didn't stop us.
Live and you learn. Yeah, man, we had a couple of options, you know what I mean, in there, you know. So it's like we could have still won the Super Bowl, even getting effed over by the referees and you know, just the league as a whole, man. You know, so we still had an opportunity. That's the worst part about it. And you know, those opportunities, you know, you get squandered. So then it's like now you got 4 or 5 different reasons why, you know, things could have been better. But again, you know, you live and you learn. So you don't leave it up to those kind of things to happen. You know what I'm saying? You keep pounding. You know, there's some responsibility on our organization's behalf. You know what I mean? To you know, keep running it down their throat and you know, let's keep running up the score. You know what I mean? Let's go for 30. Let's blow them out. You know, I mean, look what happened to the Broncos. You know, Seattle played them. You know?
All right. Yeah.
They didn't give them any. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that. I was wondering what you're talking about when you said Broncos and Seattle. You know about that first Super Bowl they went through?
Yeah, when they beat the brakes off of them. Remember?
We were supposed to be in that game, though, Ellis. Remember that too?
Right. Yeah, you got to run that. You got to run up the score, man. That's what it is. But anyway, regards to the Sherman thing, man, it's kind of crazy, you know, because what's his name? What is it? Ryan Clark is facing felony charges over there at the Chiefs for getting into some stuff, getting caught with a Uzi in the car or something like that.
The defensive end, that's him.
Yeah, that's a big player for them. So there's been a lot of NFL players getting into some trouble, you know, in the off season. But as far as the thing with Richard, man, I feel bad for just, you know, the whole how it went down. And if it sounds to me like there's a divorce or something going on, you know, that's a man's family. You know what I mean? That's his wife and his children. That's his whole entire world. And, you know, when things like that start to get a little rocky, or, you know, when, you know, if the woman's trying to walk away or whatever's going on, you know, that puts, you know, people into a fight or flight kind of situation. And, you know, they'll be ready to throw it all away, you know, because that's your family, that's your everything. So, yeah, I'm thankful that Richard didn't put his hands on his wife or do anything that would, you know, not allow him a way to kind of, you know, get this thing taken care of, you know, without having those kind of things on his, you know, plate. They said domestic violence, but he didn't put his hands on nobody. So it's, you know, thankfully he's got some things working into his favor.
I think the uncle,
and because of what he's a part of with the NFLPA, huh?
I think him and the uncle did get into it. I think the uncle's probably trying to detain him in the house, and Rich probably took exception to that because he was on his way out the door and wasn't nobody to stop him. That was while wifey was on the phone doing the 911 call, and I could hear her yelling at Rich. I from what I read, I assume that's what was going on. Her and the uncle was going at it. Him and the uncle.
Yeah, and he was following her. I've heard more. I started to hear more as a couple of the callers went on, but I was in and out. But you know, it's like I said, man. When you know the family is on the line, and considering you know Richard hasn't you know got signed just yet. I mean, he could have even taken a. You know, he could have waited till probably middle of the season and even gotten picked up if he didn't get picked up right away. I don't think there should be a reason for him to, to really start
Sweating
checking
over
out
this.
mentally or anything. I don't think that should be pressuring him like that. He's well off. He's doing very good for himself. When you got your money and your family and everything. I mean, I know football is everything to these guys too, but it's like you're retiring. So if for some reason it didn't work out, he didn't get picked up. That doesn't mean that nobody would be reaching out and there would be some potential for him. And he might be making it a little hard for himself to get a contract if the negotiations just aren't working, and he's kind of because he's advocating for himself, so he's probably not trying to take any less than, or he's trying to maintain his his arguments and stuff like that contractually to secure for himself. But maybe that's probably why he hasn't gotten picked up yet.
Yeah,
because he should be on the team.
Yeah,
But again, I don't know. Go ahead.
No, it's late. In fact, I don't think there's a team that he's going to be he was going to be reporting to. He for sure isn't going to report to him now. But Rich would have already been engaged, and I don't think this, whatever it is, this firing him up like this wouldn't have occurred. I just don't see it.
Well, I'm sure we'll get some more details on it. Hopefully, it's not a situation where there's some infidelity or some stuff going on, and whatever it is, it can be, rectified, between, him and his wife and their family and stuff like that. Because, publicly, those kind of things you don't want to be happening. And, I think, Richard, drinking and going wild like that, that's everybody makes mistakes, man. So he's not, nobody here is perfect. Nobody in this chat. Nobody calls in here.
Nobody can really judge.
Nobody around the world. So let's, we all got to understand that. And
we don't even know all the details. We just heard what they were saying.
Yeah. So we're just going to pray for, Richard, man, and his family, mental health and stuff like that. When things kind of get a little rough and stuff like that, you're, psychologically, you could be taking a hit. And it's very important to, have people around you that love you, to be able to see those things, or to kind of be able to check in, with you and kind of revive, remotivate certain people, that could be going through stuff like that, challenges and things like that, and just being resourceful, man. You got to help your people. So, thank God, like I said, Richard didn't at least hurt his wife. I mean, you got into a fight with another man. Y'all y'all went blows. At least it was you and another man, and it wasn't your wife. So he's got a little bit more working to his benefit. Now the damages, he'll get fined. He'll have to pay. He'll probably have to do some little stuff for the drinking and all that, but he's going to be all right.
I hope so.
More so the mental part and what happens post this situation is really going to be, what tells it all. So
we got to find his court date.
That man and his family.
His court date is tomorrow, so he's not going to have to wait. Denise came in earlier and said, "Hey, he's got a court date for Thursday." I said, "Next Thursday?" Oh no, he still gets to go tomorrow's Thursday. He can go tomorrow because quickly.
Yeah,
they put him in
they
there,
have court dates during the week and stuff.
Yeah. All right, now that's good stuff as per usual. Always love to hear from you, and you're always very consistent with that. Appreciate you, fam. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Ronbo.
Hey,
thank you
for
for production. Man,
Thanks, man.
make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man, and shout out to all the good guys out there, man, all the good people, ladies and gentlemen, and peace and love, man, everybody, man. Y'all stay blessed.
There you go. That's Ellis. Ellis, have a great night, fam.
You too, King. Thanks.
And it looks like it's Papa Dragon. Papa Dragon! Come on in, man.
I said, Ronbo. What's going on?
Sound like a Papa Dragon, because he and I have that in common. We've got WWE-itis. Papa Dragon, let me ask you, did you used to go over people's houses? Because, I don't talk to people about this much because I get embarrassed. Because, people used to look down on you if you were a WWE fan, right? I go to people's houses, and if ain't nobody in the front room, I pick up the remote control, especially if the WWE is in action. I'll turn over there. People run out from every room. Hey, Ronbo, what you doing, man? I mean, it just started. We said, my man, come on, man, don't put that crap on my TV, man. Kids are coming here. I don't have them watching it either. Some people get real serious. Hey, Pop, I got to tell you, though, because the fact is, probably should have took the remote control from us when we was kids, because we used to think we could do the WWE in the house, me and my brothers. Boy, jumping off the bunk beds, into each other's neck and chest. I might not. Maybe I'm not even supposed to be here now.
Oh Lord, I tell people that all the time. Don't let your children watch professional wrestling. Not if you like your furniture.
Unless you're there to supervise. Now, don't y'all do that because that's not real, okay? I slapped my brother in the chest.
It depends, man, who you're running with, really.
Well,
it depends who you're running with. In my lifetime, man, if you're a football player, all football players love wrestling because most football players want to be wrestlers.
I know that, George Kittle.
We do.
They can go into it afterwards.
It's one of those physical things. Oh yeah. I've met a lot of professional wrestlers over the years, but it's territorial. I'm from the north. Born and raised in Detroit, and then I'm down here in Nashville now. But so it's kind of territorial. So in Nashville, yeah, there's a lot of people who still watch wrestling. Yeah,
I thought you meant as far as wrestlers, the guys involved.
Up north, not so much.
Yeah. All this started in
Texas.
Yeah,
when it comes to sports, yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So.
Yep.
And Pop, you'd have been proud of me, man. My brother's walking around the house with no shirt on. I went, them WWE slaps to the chest. I still love it.
I have administered so many front yard suplexes in my life.
That's another one of my favorites. You gotta have a certain amount of strength. I could pull it. You gotta be strong to do that suplex. But man, the other abuse, grab a dude's head and just bounce about 8 punches off of it and count like the audience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but
we got to step back to the fool.
So,
Pop, give me some on Richard Sherman and the 10.5 before we run out of time.
Oh, absolutely.
We could do a whole show with WWE sooner or later.
Well, yeah. Let's get into Richard real quick. I mean, domestic violence is people don't understand a lot of times that violence is violence. So it's like if you're running around a house and you're slamming doors, and now I'll tell you, this is a true story. There was a player once who ran around the house and basically tore the house up. Didn't touch his wife or his kids.
Ooh.
He was drunk. Tore his whole house up. Police came and he got arrested for domestic violence. So really, any violent act,
in the
police is called.
Yeah,
they'll definitely charge you and take you away. So, Richard Sherman, what he did really was nothing new. I think this kind of thing happens for a long time. My dad used to fly off the handle whenever he got drunk, and I don't know why people don't seem to understand, man, that for some strange reason, I just think people of color, man, you just drinking. It's always gonna be a different bar for you. But I was like, I don't drink. I don't, so I don't drink at all. And I have before. I'm one of those lovable drunks.
Same here.
I drink once
I
every
never
2
felt
years.
violent. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. It's whatever your nature is. And he plays a violent sport, you know what I'm saying? And couples argue or have disagreements and things like that. And a lot of times with professional football players, they're under so much pressure. It's like, this dude don't have a team. He don't even have an agent, right? So he's at the end of his career. He should have transitioned. I don't know why he didn't transition to safety. Stuck his hand straight up in the air, like I want to be safety, because that would have extended his career. But at the end of the day, the publicity of what happened obviously is going to magnify what it is. The color of his skin magnifies what it is. His status as a person in the community magnifies what it is.
He's Richard Sherman.
So, any other person, it wouldn't even be that big of a deal. But for him, it's a lot larger deal. But ultimately, he's a very smart guy. He's going to listen to that 911 phone call, and he's going to say, "Damn," that's what he's going to say. So,
sober.
he'll be up. He will. I mean, if that's his MO, like everyone has a different MO when they get drunk, you know. And it doesn't matter what color you are as far as your behavior when you get drunk. It doesn't. Whoever you are as a drunk person is who you are as a drunk person. It's like the truth serum. So, but like I said,
that's a good way to put it.
That
Truth
if
serum.
you're a certain color,
you act out.
Yeah.
Who you
you're
are.
a certain color and status. Yeah. I mean, I've seen young football players that I've played with that are white. They'll try to tackle campus police officers, drunk, right? And
yeah.
hey, I want to go tackle that cop. I'm like, dude, you're drunk. And he went and did it. He goes, let's go tackle this cop. I say, look, I am not tackling a cop. Do you see what I look like? Are you crazy?
You remind me. And we were watching a movie with one of the big linemen, the biggest white boy in the world, Bill Bingaman. There was a dude. We was watching a movie. I don't know why we got drunk to watch the movie. There was some dude in the back talking too loud, and Bingaman just jumped up. I'm gonna make this guy keep it down. Dude, where you going? Bingaman went and grabbed the dude out of the seat, drug him out of the movie, and we had to run out there and pull Bingaman off this dude. I said, Bill, man, what? I mean, I can't pay my money to watch a movie. Now listen to this. You mean all kind of words, right? I'm saying, God, you don't act like this normally. So, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like these guys are big. They're under pressure, et cetera. Remember Alex Boone? He had a huge drinking problem. He was very violent. He was the kind of guy that would, like, beat a car up. You know, he'd come outside and the car is destroyed because he got drunk. He dropped in a draft. He's like rated a first-round pick. Who else? Who else was Malaga, the cornerback from USC? Not cornerback, the linebacker. He had a bad drinking problem. Still does. It's like once you have a drinking problem, you do. Sometimes you just overindulge. You know, this dude. You know, this is a testosterone sport.
Yeah.
He ain't been in no camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
no release.
So he just got lit. His wife pushed those buttons. You know, I'm not trying to make an excuse for anybody.
Wait till the whole report
my
comes out.
wife can push my button.
Your buttons need to be pushed. You're a bad man, Pop. Papa Jack, we got to go. I want more of this. Be the rest of it Friday, will you? We always say bookmark. But,
yeah.
You know.
Yep.
All right, man.
Oh, man. All right. Look, man, Niners all day. Subscribe. Hit like.
Thanks,
Shout out to
Pop.
production. Send Ronbo some money. I'm out.
Thanks, Papa Dragon. Give our best to little dragonettes, too, and the wifey. Have a good night, fam. Oh, God. And Monroe.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Monroe, you're in Texas, ain't you?
Man, I'm in the Niners territory, man.
Are you really? Because with a name like Monroe, every time I hear that name, the first thing I thought about is sitting up somewhere in the South in the shade, sipping a mint julep.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm from the Bay, man.
Monroe, hey.
I'm surprised you ain't see my area code. Say 510.
I don't see. I'm not. I can't see the area code from where I'm sitting. Only production can see it. They just flash your name up on the screen.
Okay.
But you know what?
Well, I'm 510. You know 510. That's all Niners.
I ain't going to accuse you of being in the South no more. But hey, I bet you got relatives from the South though, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's how you.
I know about all them collard greens and chitlins and fries. I know about all that good stuff. Yams. All the good stuff.
I tell you, you are definitely from the South. So you started talking about hush puppies.
Hush puppies, that's the one.
And wiping up your gravy off your plate with homemade biscuits. Monroe, we got to stop this, man. I'm making myself crazy. Hey, Richard Sherman, your feelings on that? Also, 10.5 over and under for the 49ers has been already projected. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, man, I'm shocked about the Richard Sherman thing, man. I'm just going to give my blessing to him. I hope everything worked out for him, man. I really don't have too much to say about that, man. I'm kind of disappointed, man. Like, I'm shocked.
Everybody was. That's just uncharacteristic. We don't know Sherm, but you don't expect that from him. There's some dudes around the NFL, we don't know him that well.
Yeah, I expect that from Sherman. I'm like, wow. I was laughing like it was a joke.
I thought it was
I
at
thought
first.
it was a
A lot
joke.
of people did. Ah.
I was like, are you kidding? Are you serious?
Well,
I'm like, whoa.
We're going to get some more on this. Sherman goes to court tomorrow. You know Sherman.
Yeah.
The press is going to be all over him.
Yeah.
He'll make a public statement. He'll address this. He ain't going to run.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
find
He's a smart dude. You know, he's a 4.0 Stanford graduate, you know.
Yeah, so, you know.
Yeah, man.
It'll get better.
I don't know, man. As far as him playing, I don't know.
No, not this year. I got a feeling he didn't get a call. Because Sherman would have been getting ready for camp. He'd have been working out. He'd been training. He wouldn't have been sitting up drinking liquor at that rate because that's not what you do before camp. So, you know, I figured nobody called him, and maybe that was working him. I don't know.
I think Richard Sherman needs to go be a DB coach, really.
Boy, but see, he probably doesn't feel like he's ready for that. Sherman feels like he can still play. Because what did he say? He wanted
but safety, maybe safety, but not no corner. He gonna get burnt.
Yeah. How long? He said he wanted to play 2 more years. Okay, so.
Well, he better put 2 more years of safety because corner, that's over with.
Yeah, that's true.
He might be able to guard like the tall statue guys, like a Metcalf.
Ain't got a lot of speed.
He could guard players like that, but when it comes to Tyreek Hill and
Sammy Watkins,
Sammy Watkins, and I'm not even saying this guy ain't great, but a Marquise Goodwin, like people with speed like that, he ain't gonna be able to keep up with them guys like that.
And you know, he always did have trouble with speedy
that run
receivers.
4.2s and stuff.
Yeah. You can't position that kind of player. Sherman positions players a lot. That's why he'd have advantage because he knows where they're going, what their intentions are. His mind is like a machine when it comes to that. But now, if you got great speed, you ruin everything that he does. You can get by him now. So.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it happens to the best. You know, Father Time catches up.
And ain't no shame in that. So Sherman shouldn't be feeling bad about that. His future in the NFL, there's no telling how many avenues were open to him to continue to be involved with the NFL. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
But I feel like coaching is his strongest suit, though, because
he's got leadership.
I mean, look what he did to Mosley. Look how Mosley came in and played.
Changed.
Look how
Ward changed too.
Even showed Ward and Tart something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I said. Like he could be a good DB coach, though, for sure. That
his only fail was McKello. And Spoon looked good for a minute after Sherman got through working him over, and then he just fell back into this strange void of mediocrity.
Well, I mean, you can't
make them all good. God.
As far as my prediction, I say 12-4. I'll be fair with 12-4.
Yeah, you got 5 this year. You're 12-5 because we have 17 games this year.
Well, 12. Well, okay. I'll say 13-4 then.
You did because you said we're only going to lose 4 games, right? I hear you. All right.
Yeah.
13-4. Yeah, that's
doable.
doable.
One gonna be Seattle. One gonna be.
Just because we have to lose to them for whatever reason.
Seattle for sure.
Yeah,
and I think we're gonna sweep the rest of them. I think we're gonna sweep the Rams
to the West.
And Arizona. I think those 2 teams coming in overrated.
Oh, I hope so.
Because Seattle is this Seattle. See, Pete Carroll is like Belichick. Them guys always
come up with the plan. Yeah. It's all about the plan.
Yeah.
You know, with the budgets for raw talent, man. But they still, you know what? The Cardinals, they still got that same goofy coach. And as long as Cliff is over there running things, I think we'll be okay with the Cards.
Because you got to think about it. You got Aaron Donald and you got Jalen Ramsey, but y'all lost Brockers. Y'all lost some other players that made y'all defense cool. Y'all still got them too, but y'all lost a lot of the players that was on y'all defense.
But about the Rams, Kyle's plan is just ridiculously mean. So you take Aaron Donald out of the play by running the ball a lot. You also take Jalen Ramsey out of the game at the same time by running the ball a lot. and
then
all of a sudden, when you do,
you want no problems with Debo because Debo gonna hit. Debo Debo go against him like he on defense.
I know. Yeah, man, he hits him hard. And even that play when Jalen Ramsey was blaming that poor kid, that rookie that was playing safety, Jalen had no right to confront that kid right in the middle of the field. Because for one thing, he got caught charging. Jalen Ramsey, you're supposed to be a man of experience. You couldn't tell that was a run play or a pass play. All of a sudden, there he is, wide open.
As far
Emmanuel
as like Jimmy
Sanders.
G, Ronbo, I think. See, the thing is, Jimmy G, he's not a bad quarterback, but Trey Lance is a difference maker. You know what I'm saying? He is a difference maker.
He's going to be around for a while. I just hope so.
According to the NFL testing, they said he the
maybe the
smartest
best of the
quarterback
group
coming out the draft.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Like hands down, like how you can't get no better. Athleticism, smartness, and an arm. We ain't had that since Steve Young.
We're gonna find out. Every year a kid comes out of college, looks like he's going to be the next big thing. Quarterbacking is we're going to see. And he's got the right coach. He's got the right players around him.
And he said he know how to change the plays from the line. Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do that.
Well,
you can get, like you said, you can get this guy 3 plays. You can get this guy 4 plays. And he go out there and see what play to pick by looking at the defense. And he could change the line and do all that stuff. Garoppolo couldn't do that.
True that. But you know what? Will Kyle allow that much? Because, as much as people don't think Jimmy G had that kind of skill level, Jimmy G had that skill level when he first came in 2017. You could tell him he was orchestrating from the line of scrimmage and doing pretty much what he thought was right. I don't know.
But the intelligence, though, Ronbo.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying you got to make sure, and Kyle probably knows. Take the leash off, Kyle. Take the leash off. Give him a certain amount of plays. Let him make up his mind on his own. If you call every play, you take away the freedom of the kid, he might be able to do something different. This is the only thing I'm concerned with Kyle Shanahan and his offensive, how he runs his quarterbacks. Because every last one of them quarterbacks look exactly the same on the center. And I wonder, is that their choice or is that Kyle's choice? We're going to see. Maybe Kyle knows not to treat him the same way, and we'll see what happens.
I'm saying because Kyle Shanahan he always gonna pick your brain. He always gonna know. He always gonna know how to see you smart. And Shanahan said this dude is very intelligent. Like this
we're gonna
guy
see.
Is super smart on the field. Like they said he blew out the charts in the psych test. Yeah. Like they said, I'm talking about genius status,
He looks good on paper.
They said this dude is super smart.
He looks. But no, he checks all the boxes. Let's see if it translates to the field, and then I'll start celebrating with everybody else. But the NFL is a different beast from college ball. I want to see, and as soon as I do, I'm all behind him, just like I'm behind Jimmy. So we'll see.
I mean, guy's 6'4", 250 pounds.
Yeah,
that's a difference maker.
Should be.
You know what I'm saying? He's a big boy. He ain't no little dude.
No.
You ain't got to worry about him getting hurt.
Hopefully. Bro, we got to go, though, fam. Yeah. I'll see you Friday if you get some time. All right.
Niner gang, bang, bang.
Yeah. Night, bro.
Good night.
All right, fam. Yeah, I'm serious. I like all the intangibles, all the positive. Nobody says anything bad about this kid named Trey. I just hope it's real and it translates to the NFL. We're going to need it next year, especially with the many guys we got walking next year. I wonder how many times we're going to sign. Hey, is that Jay? Which Jay? Jay? Have we been back here once? We've been back. This is the second time. Well, Jay, we'll get you next time. And fam, hopefully you know what? The thing is, we got 2 weeks to go before the camp really gets started raging. I can't wait. And there'll be more fun stuff to jump on. So I'll tell you what, I won't see you tomorrow, but I will see you Friday. Fam, I'm looking forward to it. And just have a great night and keep nothing but good thoughts for Richard Sherman. Thanks for the contributions tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. You know this. And the likes, boy, every time I go in and look at the likes and I see them dislikes and I know them trolls that come in here for full-on entertainment, not even talking about me entertaining, they get entertained by the people that give a Chad a round of applause for the great work they do. To keep guys like Seahawks Rain and Rudy and I haven't seen Tommy Testosterone and Joseph smiling at all. And the Raider fans, you guys owe us. Without us, you would have nothing else to do with your worthless lives. I'm not talking to you, Seahawks. You know me and you, man. Even if you weren't contributing, I noticed you never come in making waves. You just talk football. And that's the difference between you and some of them other folks in there. So, all right. I'll see you Friday. I know! For the win.